We're opening a free grocery store sponsored by Poly Market, but it was only going to last like a week.
No, that was something that happened. Oh my gosh, that's super. What is that? Water, vegetable juice, fruit juice, 100%. Black tea, green tea, natural flavors, vitamin C. It seems like a much better alternative if you have to drink. I have to drink. I do like V8 and like a Bloody Mary, but no. Oh my gosh, that happened. But it's non-GMO, gluten-free, no artificial colors, no sugar added. I get anxiety, and like it makes me like, I don't know. I have to drink. Damn, they're so good. I'm having even more anxiety because so I have to be careful. I have to be careful with. It definitely helps. Having even more.
Bulletin from me to you, a bullhorn right out of the blue, a bullet right into your brain, in bullet points that will explain. I'm bulldozing the bullshit now. Those bullies say that I'm a cow. They're gonna find the bulwark raised. Best believe it's my final phase. Boo-hoo, the color of the sky today. Boo-hoo, the tears I'm gonna cry today. Boo-hoo, it's horrible to think about. Boo-hoo, it's terrible, it gives me gout. Boo-hoo, I'm miserable and I know why. Boo-hoo, it's visible that I might cry. Boo-hoo, impossible yet true somehow. Boo-hoo, guess he's the bull and I'm the cow. Boo-hoo, oh boo-hoo.
It is spoiled again.
I'll get you next time, Casino.
Oh, I love that intro. It's so good. Go subscribe to Lazy Shell on YouTube. How's it going, guys? You know what's funny? Is that someone was asking me the other day, like, what about the free Poly Markets or the vegetable garden sponsored by Poly Market? And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? I had no idea. And they're like, the free vegetable market sponsored by Poly Market. Like, what? And I didn't even realize it was Hannah Claire saying it from the intro that I always play. But how's it going, guys? We got a quick impromptu stream today, 20-minute adventure that'll probably last 3 hours. We'll see. As I threw this together, I had some other plans that fell through, so I thought I may as well stream since it doesn't seem like anyone else was today. Now we got a quick update. Kenoblade Chronicles has been suspended on Twitter. Interesting. Has anyone seen Feezer? What has he been up to today? But we'll get right into it with a quick Idubbbz segment. We hadn't really covered this very much before, but basically the gist of it is that Idubbbz made some statements about Ethan Klein. Specifically, he implied that Ethan Klein was doing some naughty things to his own children back when he dropped the H3 content cop and when he was trying to ingratiate himself into the good grace of the Hassan sphere on Twitch. He thought he was going to be a big player, a big boy, but he moved to Canada and he's living in like the eternal teenager's bedroom. And it's just been a disaster. Now, I did mention this briefly, but this was, I kid you not, a 1-minute stream. He was late. He went live on Twitch for 1 minute and he was late to that. And all he does here is kind of announce that he's being sued by H3H3. It was a complete like, what the fuck are you doing moment? Because like, surely you would want to upload this on your main channel or something, you know, maybe garner some sympathy, some donations from your friends and family, if any such exist. But I mean, it doesn't make any sense because like most people don't go onto a Twitch stream or even a Kick stream if you don't play like 30 minutes of intro music or something, right? So basically nobody saw this except the clippers on Twitter. He could have just posted this on Twitter. It doesn't make sense, but let's see what he said. All right, let's see what he said for a second.
It is official. I am being sued by Ethan Klein in the courts of Calgary, Alberta.
Now, my personal opinion on this is that it's very funny, first of all, but I don't like the abuse of the Canadian legal systems. That was like a bit of a, well, it's funny, but you probably shouldn't be doing this H3H3. Now, of course, there was a very easy legal strategy that Ian could have taken. I wonder if anyone in the chat can guess what it was.
For defamation. I do plan on fighting against this, but for now it is in the hands.
All right, that's a good one to remember. Remember, he's going to fight against it. He's not going to let the man get away with it.
Of the courts and our attorneys. I will say that it worries me what it means for the commentary community and especially the Canadian commentary community.
Is there such a thing as a Canadian commentary community? There's basically the Kino Casino and I guess Ian and Joma. I don't know. Maybe there's other people that live in Canada, but they don't make it their personality.
But
South for Canadians. Yeah, exactly.
All I can say, at least for now. I'm sorry that the stream is so short. I wish I could give you a lot more grease, but I will resume the regularly scheduled content on Thursday. Again, I'm sorry it's so short, but we will be back. And I appreciate you being here for this important announcement. Have a good day, everyone.
This is the stream. This was the entire stream. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds. Where's the beef? Where's the fucking beef? Idubbz. Oh, apparently people are saying that Muta. Oh, Muta. Sorry, I was like StarCraft 2 brained. Muta and Blowblacks. Yeah, but they can suffer too. Apparently, Kino Hydra Head, Hail Hydra. They got me this morning too on YouTube or Twitter. Kino Hydra Head is one of the illustrious clippers of the Kinoverse that has been doing pretty well for himself recently. I think he got monetized like very quickly. Like, if you got some more details, let us know. Hydra Head. And Ika says, or Ika, a stream at night? I miss Friday streams. Those will come back at some point. It's just very difficult to get the boys together for them. But make sure you hit the like on the stream, and you never know what happens. Apparently, the YouTube got a community guidelines warning. Interesting. Can you send through those details on like Twitter or something? And I'll take a look at it. Not much that I can do for it probably because I'm a small channel myself, but we'll see what we can do. All right. So now, someone already guessed it in chat, but there was this legal strategy that Idubbbz could have taken. And this was posted by Josh on the Kiwi Farms. He says, by the way, food for thought, in case Ian is reading this thread or has friends that do, and he has the Speech Act. If Idubbbz simply moves back to the US, H3 can sue and win in Alberta, but the judgment is unenforceable in the US because they have a very special federal law that protects all Americans from foreign anti-speech judgments that do not pass muster under US law. So he could have just returned to the country that his daddy gave him. But no, he said no. I refuse to return to Trump's stand and be prosecuted for what I believe in. I mean, it's kind of the opposite, but you know what it means. So we have Felted Imp. He says, Idubbbz just released an apology video. He's giving up. He gave the fuck up. Can we get some F's in chat or some B's on kick for the Idubbbz failure? Idubbbz releases an apology video. Anissa copes and seethes about Canadian superior apology-based legal system. I couldn't say. The thing is, like, that's so funny about this is you know that she believes this, right? Like, she actually believes it's a superior apology-based legal system. And we'll take a look at the Idubbbz video and then we'll get into the quartering stuff. But this is Anissa's tweet. Please do not apply US law to the Canadian courts. Canadian legal system encourages genuine self-reflection and earnest apologies. Please trust that what is being done is what feels right. So they weren't forced into this apology that only came after they were served with legal papers. No, it's because Idubbbz actually feels bad. He's being browbeaten by his wife again to make him feel like he's a naughty boy because she feeds off his suffering, I can only imagine, as kind of like a misery vampire. Ian's apology was also not done to avoid the lawsuit. It was done because he feels like it was something he wanted to do for himself. All right, now we'll take a look at this thing. I believe that H3 has actually accepted the apology, so it's over. It's a total H3 victory. Hi, Ian. I appreciate this thoughtful apology. It means a lot. I have instructed my attorneys to drop the lawsuit entirely. And this was pinned by Idubbbz. I don't know why you do this. like what is oh man, I'm missing a StarCraft 2 stream. Shit. Oh well. Why would you pin this? Like if you're trying to be like the only reason you would do this if you're trying to get like brownie points with H3, right? Because I mean this will probably be at the top of the comments anyway because it's got 11,000 likes. But what's the point of it all? I mean, did he have a response to this? No, he didn't even say anything. All right, we'll take a look at what he says. Apologizing to H3. Should I like the video? It's got 9,001 likes. Should I give Idubbbz a like? I'll give him a like. I might take it back though, as you should be liking this stream over on YouTube or hitting the B button over on Kick.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm going to be talking about a very important and heavy topic for me.
All right, chat. Spam 1 if I should remove my like. Spam 2 if you think he deserves it, and I'll make my decision at the conclusion of this video.
If you're unfamiliar with the context of any of this, I'll give you a brief rundown. But that is not the main purpose of this video. I do think it's important to share a little bit of my side of the story, but I don't want to take away from the purpose of this video, and that is to apologize to Ethan Klein and his family, especially his kids. Basically, Ethan is suing me for having rebroadcasted a statement made by Destiny on my stream.
Now, what's fascinating about this is I thought that this would have been part of a legal settlement. But he actually just did come up and try and preempt this because, like you see with the people like the what was her name? It wasn't Keffels. It was Casey Tron. With Casey Tron in the H3 lawsuit, she submitted her apology video as part of their settlement proceedings. But this one is just he got out in front of it, and I guess it worked for him. Bending over once again and being H3's bitch boy has paid off for him. I mean, they don't have money to fight a legal battle in Canada or anywhere, really. I mean, I don't even think they get any. They didn't even bother opening a GoFundMe. They just knew that it's already doomed from the start.
I did display the very disgusting comment for 40 minutes, and it was wrong.
It's wrong.
It was a comment from Destiny, and I even said that I don't agree with it, but it sort of highlights how I knew that it was a wrong thing to put out there into the universe. And
the way he says wrong is like kind of funny, right? It's wrong. It's almost like a South Park parody.
That it was a wrong thing to put out there into the universe and show people. He's going to
get that bad karma out of the universe. It's going to come back and get him.
Regardless of the point I was making, it was wrong. I was angry and I was like, how do I get this guy to, one, not clip me, not mock me and harass me on his live stream, and two, this guy's a fucking bully. I'm angry.
Wait a minute, Idubbbz, no. Your entire career was made off of being a bully. It's like, I think there's no greater example of troll's remorse than Idubbbz.
I'm angry that this multimillionaire is silencing people and suing people who have a much smaller audience than he does, and can barely defend themselves. And
I mean, he's not wrong, but that is kind of funny because he's admitting that all of these people are nobodies that can't afford to deal with the massive Jewish schlong of H3H3, Lex Luthor himself.
So I'm angry. I don't like bullies. So I wanted to do something that would
Is this why Idubbbz looks so sad because he hates himself? He doesn't like bullies?
Have an impact, and without checking in with myself of whether or not that was a right or wrong thing to do. I justified it in my head at the time. I was like, okay, well, it's not my words, and it's actually said by a really bad guy, Destiny. Not a fan of that guy. It's very clear that it was never the right thing to do. It was a comment about Ethan and his children, and it was disgusting. I said at the time in the stream that I don't agree with it, but still sharing it and broadcasting it to people for 40 minutes.
Well, this is the thing. It's a very cowardly behavior, and he should apologize for this, but maybe in public, maybe not in public, maybe in private, right? Because you're leaving it up so that everyone can see and make fun of it, and that's an action that you chose, which is something you clearly knew wasn't true, because Idubbbz was good friends with H3. Like, despite what he's trying to pretend, like, oh, we were just like collaborators or something. No, you went to his house, you saw his children, you spent time with his wife, you know these people, and you threw them under the bus to try and get points with Hassan so your wife could get dicked down by him.
That was an irresponsible and reckless thing to do, especially for parents. Like, there are many parents with kids out there who do not want to see that shit, and it's painful. And I'm sure it was extremely painful for Ethan and Hila to read that shit and have it pop up again and again and again. And just because it's coming from a piece of shit guy, and I'm showing it to people like, look what this piece of shit said. It's wrong. It's wrong to do. And I didn't come to this overnight, right? Like,
How long has it been? Like, has it been like a year or something? You've been brooding on this for an entire year, and you just happen to apologize at the time you're getting sued?
To be frank, I'm angry. I do not like Ethan. I think he's doing a lot of damage to people online. And it changed the way that I was thinking about it. I didn't think about it. I didn't ground myself. I didn't think about, oh, like, who is actually being affected in this instance? And Ethan's family and his kids are being affected. I just because I don't like Ethan, I think it's wrong to find an attack vector that is his kids. It's foul. It's not okay. And I think it was wrong for me to use the Destiny screenshot as a cudgel to make my point. I didn't need to use the Destiny screenshot to make my point. There's a million other ways I could have done it, but I didn't. And I regret that I didn't. And I regret that I ever put that screenshot on my live stream. That's the main reason why I feel like I do need, for myself, for my soul, to own up to this and acknowledge that I went too far. It wasn't okay. Ethan and Hila and their family do not deserve that. At the end of the day, whatever happens with the lawsuit is what it is. For myself, I needed to make it known on the internet that what I did was wrong, and I don't want to.
Now, here's the thing. Do you think that Idubbbz actually came to this conclusion himself, or that Anise has been needling him for the last couple of weeks, or at least since the lawsuit dropped? But she knows that she can't lose her terrarium and her basement in her mum's house. They've just got furniture. They had the layaway for the furniture for the last, I don't know, year and a half since they left America, and they've just got things the way they like it.
Be that person. I don't want to behave that way.
This is like Anise is like that character that pushes, like, you're running. It's in the movie when you're running from the zombies, and you push down the friend. It's like, I'm sorry, you'll be rewarded in the afterlife, so that you can get away. That's exactly what she's done. She's run through the ship and locked the deadbolts as the water's filling up in the submarine, and letting Ian out there to just drown or be devoured.
I want to make content that I'm proud of. I don't want to give in to Is the content you're proud of in the room with us now? Has Idubbbz put up anything success? I will take a look at his channel after this. A harassment back and forth online. I want to put my energy into making content that I can be proud of and that I'm not going to be ashamed of because I lost the plot.
So basically, he's telling you he's going to be making boring content for the rest of eternity.
I want to stay focused. I want to check in with myself and know what it is I want to be and what I want to do and what message I want to spread. And this isn't a message I want to spread. So I'm sorry to Ethan and Hila and your family. You guys didn't deserve that. I'm going to think about all of this a lot more, I'm sure. But for now,
there's a comment that I was saying that where's the dragon avatar? If he delivered this apology in the dragon avatar, I actually probably would have given a point to Idubbbz here.
Now I really do want to just get back to making the content that I want to make. having said all that, I wish everyone the best. I genuinely want to see a better world, and I do not want to be a contributor to what makes it terrible. So,
all right.
So
Sorry.
long.
Whoa, Idubbbz, now wait a second, Idubbbz, no. Like, can we go by frame by frame? Where's my frame button? Here it is. Because the video is about to end. Whoa, Idubbbz! Dog whistle alert, question mark? All right, you know what? There's actually a total Idubbbz victory. This apology is great. You know what? I've completely changed. You know what? He keeps the like. I'm not taking my like off the video. This is great.
Bye-bye.
I see what he did there. I see what he fucking did there. Now, this got 200,000 views over 11 hours. So one of the most successful Idubbbz videos in a long time, I believe. Actually, let's take a look. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, it is actually. Look at that. So he's doing Kickstarter crap again. 4 weeks ago, 140,000 views. This one's, he just needs to apologize every video. This is the Idubbbz patented apology channel. That's what's going to happen going forward. Jeez, that last frame was so good. It was actually worth the whole build up. He should have squatted 220 to parallel. To be fair to Idubbbz, he did actually include a squat 220 to parallel. Well, at least I'm not sure if it was parallel, but he did definitely do the squat at the end of his Sam Hyde documentary. I do remember saying that. Also, rip Oliver Tree. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know who Oliver Tree was, but apparently he was friends with H3. He was a content creator, and I think he did music as well. He just died in a helicopter crash, which is... yeah, that's kind of terrifying. Couldn't get me to go in a helicopter these days. Actually, I do want to take a helicopter ride though around Tokyo because they've got some really good ones. But apparently this was a good friend of H3 as well. So maybe in wake of this, he's feeling more lenient or something. I'm not sure. Never get on a helicopter. I've been on a helicopter before. They're quite fun. There's like I went down the I forget what it's called, the Rapids in Taupo, New Zealand. There's a helicopter ride you can do where they fly down towards the it's very beautiful. They do jet boats there too. It's very fun. All right, anyway, let's get into the not the sixth stemmer, the Jeremy segment. All right. Oh, you know what, hold on, give me a second here. Give me a brief second to just go into the Jeremy. Here it is. Let's get the Jer dance going.
Let him go.
There we go. The Jeremy segment, chat. Everyone loves it. Everybody loves it. Now, we got a couple tweets from Hotep here. One of them is actually fucking hilarious. But you see, the quartering. All these grifters do is lie. They all lie and lie and lie.
All they do is lie.
Although these Hotep clips, I do have to criticize them. They're a little bit quiet. He needs to boost the audio on these.
All these grifters do is lie.
That's true, though. The grifters do just lie over and over.
All they do is lie. All these grifters do.
All right. Let's see. So the quartering. Now, shout out to... Oh, this is the funny one. I'll just let this play, actually. This one is so fucking funny. Although you might have to boost your audio. Sorry, it's on max. I need to get that plug-in. I think it's for Chrome or something. Muted video. It's not muted. It's just very, very quiet.
Breaking news. Karmelo Anthony family.
All right, I'll try and read it to you since I didn't do the download and then audio boost before the show. So it's the black guy saying, breaking news. Karmelo Anthony got exactly what they suspected.
Exactly what we suspected. Karmelo Anthony filed a appeal.
Now, shout out to whoever this guy
So the quartering saying, now shout out to whoever this guy is.
They didn't tag the original creator.
They didn't tag the original creator.
And it looks like they purposely cut off his watermark.
It looks like they purposely cut off the watermark. So there you go. Just the quartering, it's okay when I do it, okay? It's okay. When I steal content, 65 shorts a week, and I steal and cut off their watermarks, it's okay. But no shout-out will be given to these poor... Like, the audacity of this guy. The audacity to criticize someone for stealing content and taking out the watermark. He really, like, the thing is, Jeremy literally just does not comprehend that he's doing anything wrong. He can clearly see people stealing content. He sees people stealing Walmarts, he knows that's wrong. He sees people stealing content, he knows that wrong. But when he does it, when he steals from elderly or from creators or from anyone, it's okay because he's doing it in a righteous way. He literally can do no wrong in his own mind. I truly believe this. All right, I think we got one more, but these Hotep clips, I need to remember to audio boost them next time I play them. So the quartering admits his Karmelo Anthony coverage is a grift. You can infer from this that his concern for Austin Metcalf's family is fake. And we all know this. Like, anytime there's a tragedy, the quartering is celebrating. You just know that when there was that, like, the assassination attempt at the White House press conference dinner, he was celebrating. He's like, yes, some fucking content. And he was so salivating over the idea of political grifting that he released videos that were completely fucking muted. Like, these videos are basically muted with the audio so low.
Get back to the tried and true Karmelo grift. I think the Karmelo grift is about over.
The grift is almost over.
Maybe today or tomorrow, but it's obviously been nice because it's breathed some life back into the channel, which is nice.
Now, the quartering has been celebrating this last week because he said it was over. Like, the drought was over. He's been brought to the Holy Land because he did like 20 videos or something on Karmelo Anthony, which I think is about the same he did on Charlie Kirk. Maybe it's 20 a day. I can't remember. But yeah, there was a few of these videos were getting quite a lot of traction. Now it's over. What is he going to do? And you just know that the quartering was really upset about the verdict. He was hoping that the guy was going to get let free so he could make all rage baiting videos. He even planned ahead, and he was going to do 3 streams in one day, expecting the verdict, but he just did one and then disappeared. And then he claimed that he hurt his back and he couldn't stream or some shit.
I told people for a long time, and they're all, you know.
He's done like 200 on this. Can somebody go over and do a quick like search and find out how many he's actually done? It's quite a lot.
One of the deadest news cycles I've seen in my career. That lasted
It's one of the deadest news cycles in time. Like, there's always fucking news happening everywhere, Jeremy. The problem is Jeremy's basically, I don't know how to. He's like a frog. That just like a fat frog that sits on its lily pad, and he just waits for flies to come past, and he just gobbles them up, and that's how he does news stories. Basically, anything that comes past his Twitter feed is what he talks about, and he doesn't actually have any energy to go out there and find some news because there's an entire fucking planet, like 10 billion people, and he can't find something to talk about. How lazy is this motherfucker?
Almost 3 months. Basically
3 months of no news. No, there's things happening literally all the fucking time. Anyway, we got quick little update from Cyber Eno. On the farms. Sure would be a shame if this snake oil products, and this is in reference to his Kona coffee blend, which is fake. He's ripping off the Hawaiians. Sure be a shame if this snake oil product keeps getting reported to the relevant government bureaus, Hawaii Department of Agriculture, Biosecurity, and the FDA via the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture. And you can see here, this concerned citizen has been sending through some emails. I'm writing to report a possible Kona coffee labeling and advertising concern for your review or for the review of the appropriate Hawaii state office. If this is a better to handle it elsewhere. The product issue is sold by Coffee Brand Coffee and is being advertised as 100% Kona, 100% Hawaiian Kona coffee. The company appears to be associated with Wisconsin, but its product uses Hawaii geocentric origin claims, specifically Kona and Hawaiian, in its packaging and advertising. I have attached a screenshot, and all of the pertinent information is attached. And you can see here that Mr. Charlie Bloom, Cheerful Charlie from Clarkson's Farm? No, I guess it must be a different one. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. I'll be sending it to the FDA for a follow-up, as this appears to be an interstate commerce. Thank you. And that is from the FDA Food Scientist Advanced Licensing Division for the FDA. Very, very cool to see. I mean, you can't just steal someone's coffee. Look at these photos. These are 100% Kona coffee. But it's like blended. So what do you mean it's blended? It's ridiculous, Jeremy. It's like saying my shirt is 100% cotton and some wool. Doesn't make sense. All right. Now we have Norwood 7. The owner and operator of the Germinal Decline has been doing some updates. I've been doing more work on the Germinal Decline to help visualize some of the data around views. Using a combination of video titles, descriptions, and video transcripts, I've been assigning topic tags to each videos. This will let us understand which topics are the subject of focus and what percentage of each views is responsible for. For some things, it's difficult to assign a defined topic because the data quality issues. Generic title, description empty, or unrelated video topics. And this is what Jeremy's doing now. He's doing the super generic, like, they didn't expect this. Instant justice. they said what? Like, it's just like clickbait stuff that like Tim Pool's doing, and a lot of big YouTubers do this to try and like get you that FOMO, like, oh my goodness, what are they talking about? So it's very frustrating. You have to kind of go to the video transcripts to kind of get the information for it. I'll be refining this going forward. It's still a work in progress, but the big ticket items have been pretty clearly labeled. If you wanted the numbers for these Karmelo Anthony bump, here they are. Karmelo Anthony rated videos and views so far. He's done 27 videos, which is 65% or 64% of all uploads. And they garnered 2.4 million views, or 80% of all of his long form views. So that's like a nice little bump. Might keep Jeremy going for a couple more weeks. Now, of course, many of Jeremy's videos get demonetized, so he doesn't even get the proper revenue from them anyway. And that's his fault. That's a skill issue. Also, another little thing I'm working on the background for long-term channel topic shift and how it correlates with views. As you can pretty clearly see that Jeremy has moved away from the woke media grift into the grifting politics. His views declined along with the change in topics. Now, Jeremy's putting everything on this, hoping that the midterms will save him, which I think is in like November or something. Is that correct? I don't really follow American politics too much, to be honest. The blue line is media topics, and the red line is political topics. Gray dotted line equals channel views. This is I love this. Like, this stuff is so fascinating to me. You can see here. As the politics increases, the views go down. I mean, this makes sense though, right? Because Jeremy's not the guy you go to for politics. Jeremy can't even find the Strait of Hormuz on a map. He doesn't know where the Middle East is. He was looking in the Indian Ocean and Australia and all kind of a very funny clip that I think is over on Alyssa Clip's channel. Now that the Kino Casino clip channel has remained down, very unfortunately. All right, so let's see. Now this one's a very funny one. This one has actually like made me laugh out loud pretty hard. So we have Jeremy just ran an ad for some ghetto school for troubled urban youths in Nashville, aka feral blacks, fresh off the Karmelo Anthony grift. It made me think of the Dr. Umar guy who was trying to start Black Hogwarts that Mikey No More made a video about. Like, speak of the devil, Mikey No More, because at the end of the show, we've got the Mikey No More Styx Hexenhammer documentary. We're going to check in back with Styx. There's a chance it is more serious than Black Hogwarts, but then it's advertising Rumble, so let's take a look. Actually, I should have downloaded this one previously. But
I do want to give a huge...
There we go. This, see, like Hotep, this is the audio, the volume it needs to be, okay?
Shout out here before we get started. In his first term, President Trump sought to cultivate school choice in America. He sacrificed.
All right, now I got to let you know that since actually, can we see if I turn off the subtitles? Okay, so Copium's got about 1,000 people in his live stream. Now Rumble plays per 1,000 viewers, so it's pretty easy to calculate exactly how much money he's making. He's reading this grift for about $10. Okay, he's shilling this product for $10, but he can't let a $10 go by without him, reaching out to grab it. Like, it's like leaving $10 on the table. How could you do it? Let's see what happens.
Sacrificed his life to fight for a second term in order to make it possible today. Now it's up to American patriots to take full advantage of the opportunity. Today, DCA calls on fellow patriots to help us bring President Trump's vision to life for urban students in Nashville, Tennessee, by making a minimal sacrifice. Let's grow together. 13,000 founders built a Christ-centered effort to build young minds spiritually, socially, and patriotically in America. You can learn more at dockeryacademy.us/app-landing-page. Or you can click the QR code.
Click the QR code? How do I do that, Jeremy? It doesn't work.
Or read the link in the description.
Read the link? Don't you mean click the link? Or scan the QR code? It's not that difficult, Jeremy. Like, the second he goes off script, he can't read shit. It's so funny. Ding, 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 ding. I'm going to read that. I'm going to listen to that again.
App-landing-page. Or you can click the QR code or read the link in the description.
Now you can look at it. Look at his grinding his fucking teeth. He's so mad. He realized what he just shilled because he's fatigued. He can't stand these people, even though he's like the most like hood-coded person in existence. Chewing cud.
All right, let's get to this.
Posture check.
Get back to the tried and true Karmelo grift. I think the Karmelo grift is about over.
Like he's so mad. I gotta zoom and enhance to see how mad this guy is.
All right, let's get to this.
Go back a bit.
The description.
This is my favorite part right here when he's like, you can see him, he can see his jaw like move. Like, look at that. The jowls, they're in motion.
All right, let's get to this.
Alrighty. Now, I actually had a look at this, and this is well, the Kiwi farmers had a bit of a closer look at some of these things as well. But I found one of these videos, which is pretty funny. He got real awkward after that ad read and looked at the camera like a deer in the headlights for a moment, giving clippers the "I know you hate me" look. This is the website. It's the Dockery Academy. The school is named after Honorable Prophet Robert Lee Dockery, and you can judge that for yourself. No, it is not the same AI attempt at making something statue of Robert Lee. This is actually what he looks like in real life. This is a N straight out of the black rooms. See the found footage yourself. And there's a couple fun photos here that they've got. This is actually the thing. Named in their honor, Prophet Robert Lee Dockery. Prophet Dockery grew up in Hernando, Mississippi, as the son of sharecroppers. He was a pastor for over 50 years and the gang interdiction counselor in Chicago, Illinois. As a civil advocate, he formed a not-for-profit organization in the Chicago area, focusing on ending poverty, improving living conditions, and increasing economic independence for its citizens. While his formal education stopped in the 6th grade, he was a lifelong self-guided earner. Now, some people made some comparisons. See for yourself what we think here, chat. This is their prophet. I just like 1-to-1. I'm seeing double. 4 boondocks. Now, one of the videos they have on they've got a channel with 3 subscribers, and it's streamed this 4 months ago for 24 views. It's the bitch test, black intelligence test of cultural homogeneity. Damn it, fucking hell. And black boys. Do we want to take a look at this? Maybe we'll have a quick sticky beak at this before we get into the Styx segment. I'm kind of curious about the black intelligence test. All right, now, but before we get to that, they had a bit of another snafu. So there was this stream they've got with Jeremy and Mel, and they talked about the McJuggernuggets Down syndrome abortion story. Now, if you're unaware about this, what happened is that McJuggernuggets, who I don't really follow at all, and I don't know very much the history of, but I know he's got like there's like some drama or something with Keemstar and Kid behind the camera. Basically, he's just an internet lolcow and is oversharing as per usual. His wife got pregnant and they did the DNA or the genetic test, chromosome test, I suppose. And they found out that their child was confirmed for Down syndrome, although it's not always like a confirmed thing, but a very high likelihood that it had that extra chromosome, which I assume all YouTubers have extra chromosomes. And they decided to abort the baby. So obviously very controversial topic, something that people feel very strongly about. However, the thing about this is this wasn't a decision they made in the privacy of their own home. This wasn't something that was like cried over and discussed with family members or anything like this. This is a YouTube video they made. And people told me they wanted me to like take a look at this, but honestly, I just found it disgusting because like McJuggernuggets has his like wife crying on camera. And they're like reading they've got like a piece of paper and they're like reading the shit. And it's like, and confirmed for Down syndrome. I guess it's a termination. And like the wife just starts breaking down. And it's like, it's hard to watch, honestly. Like this woman is like coming apart. And McJuggernuggets was like, oh shit, I better upload this to YouTube. And it wasn't like a live stream where, you know, obviously like sometimes things go wrong on live streams. There's slips, there's oopsie daisies, all sorts of things. This was a pre-recorded, edited video that he first recorded, then thought, yes, this looks great. Let's upload this to YouTube. And then he went down to further defend this, talking about, I think he was saying like this, it was like a weird vegan analogy where it's like, if you eat cows or some shit, you're no better than me, which is a strange argument to make. But anyway, Mel and Jeremy were reacting to this, and allegedly, I actually haven't seen this video. It's like, is it 7 minutes long, or is it this one? Yeah, I think it's like 7 minutes long. I got the clip for this though, where they talk about the quartering on Down syndrome. So let's take a look. And spoiler alert, Jeremy's take is basically grifting on this.
You have this thing. I'm sorry, Asmongold too had an L take. Is like, you should be able to abort babies up to 9 months old. I'm like, dude,
What?
like,
Okay, I apologize. There's a lot of Mel in this clip.
What?
yeah, terrible take.
Lost me there. Wow.
And the thing with Downs is like, again, there are levels to this stuff.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the child, according to Jeremy. Did you guys see that like Down syndrome filter thing that was happening on like TikTok and stuff? Basically what happened is there was all these like thought influencers that were doing like gym thirst trap videos, but then they were using like a TikTok filter that made it look like they had slightly had Down syndrome so that they could try and like get attention from these weird fetish people. It was a really bizarre trend that was going on. I think some people did some videos on it.
Like with autism, right?
Right.
There's a lot of people with the touch of the tism, 2 of them probably on this panel right now. But like, there's that. And then there's like, the people who are nonverbal and we, like all this kind of stuff. Like there are probably levels to Down syndrome where maybe like it wasn't.
I mean, maybe Jeremy's correct about this because he does have a YouTube channel.
Going to be as bad as they thought, and
Right.
I feel like, first of all, we're probably talking about multimillionaires here. Okay.
Right.
So they have the means. And again, none of this is excusing it. I'm just defining reality.
Or let's
Money
say
makes
they
this
put
stuff
the baby up for adoption even.
Right. Put the baby up for adoption.
It's already at 5 months. This is 5 months. This shouldn't even be,
Is Mel's audio crackling? Is that from the recording or is that just her audio normally? Or is she just like drumming her nails on the tabletop because she's so fucking bored she wants to leave and get her $500 and get the fuck out?
question at 5 months.
I'm 100% fine with my tax dollars raising Down.
Apparently her audio is always shit. Doesn't surprise me.
Syndrome babies as an alternative to them being aborted.
Yep. Yeah.
Like rip headphone users.
100% fine with that. Build the biggest Down syndrome facility in the world.
Wait, what? Wait a minute, Jeremy, no.
Yeah.
100% fine with that. Build the biggest Down syndrome facility in the world.
Is that called Jeremy's Garage?
Let these people live.
What does he imply? Like farming them?
But I mean, in terms of like dealing with special needs child,
Right.
I have them in my family, and I have a cousin who is very, very, very bad. Like he has to live in a facility because he's just, he's very, very bad. But like, and his dad abandoned him too. Anyway.
Can you think of any funny names for the zoo for Downs people? Like Downton Abbey or something like that? That's a bit. I'm gonna be honest, like I have a lot of sympathy for people with those sort of things. Whenever like there was like there was like an X-Files episode where they had like some Down syndrome people and they were like, or something like that. And it was just like, I was like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this shit. It's like, it makes me like really depressed.
Money makes a lot of stuff easier.
It does.
Like if you're really poor, you're like, man, I got to build a ramp. I got to do that. I don't know what to do. This kid could have went to private school, could have went to the best facilities in the world.
Unless it's a CRISPR, like I think unironically, I think the Japanese scientists have developed a CRISPR technique for deleting the Down syndrome gene, which is a big W for society. And some people like getting grumpy about it, was like, "Oh no, you can't do this. It's eugenics." I'm like, no, delete the gene, get rid of it. We're good. I'm good with that. I guess it's a chromosome, but I don't know too much about science and shit.
These people could have hired a live-in nurse or assistant to help them with the child.
Like Jeremy just has no fucking idea.
There are, to me, it's particularly bad because these are 2 people who should have set an example and said like, hey, our kid has Downs. I mean, even if you want to be demonic about it, I don't even want to say this, but I'm putting my mind where Jesse Ridgway's mind is.
Right. Yeah.
Think of all the money you could make.
No, Jeremy, no, wait a minute, Jeremy, no. He's like, you know what? If I have a baby with Down syndrome, I can make a lot of fucking money from this. Now, wait a minute, Jeremy. What the fuck?
Your down mind where Jesse Ridgway's mind.
Is Melanie going to say, I'm going to listen to this again. Is Melanie going to say shit about this?
Say this, but I'm putting my mind where Jesse Ridgway's mind is.
Right. Yeah.
Think of all the money you could make monetizing your Downs baby.
So it's like they could have grifted. If they're
I'm
going to
just saying.
grift, if they're going to grift anyway, grift on having the
Right.
Downs baby.
Oh, Melanie's in agreement with this. What the fuck?
If you're gonna grift on the Downs thing, have the baby and you have 18 years of content.
I mean,
What? No. When the child is like 17 years old, 364 days, and they're like, we got to pump out one more video. We got to pump 18 years of content, ends today. What the fuck? What the, like, I'm like actually flabbergasted about this. What the fuck are you talking about, Jeremy?
There's famously, and then it could help offset any costs you have. I know it's ghoulish to say, but I'm just putting myself in his head.
Yes, it's ghoulish to say. It's ghoulish to say. And like so many people have, you know, very, very strong opinions about both abortion, Down syndrome, and all of this shit. It's just a fucking landmine to avoid. Like, leave these conversations for in person. Don't really talk about them on the internet, is my opinion, to be honest. Because people are just going to be pissed off and it doesn't really help the conversation at all. But Jeremy's just like, well, we can make a bunch of fucking money from these tards. Like, that's the only, like, he's literally so money brained. It's disgusting.
Space,
if they're going to grift anyway, let the grift on a live baby.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
Wait, this is Melanie Mack, Christian broadcaster Melanie Mack's opinion. Let's just make a bunch of fucking money from these people.
And then, I mean, look at that. There's that cooking show on YouTube where it's like two guys with Down syndrome. Have you ever seen their episodes?
I haven't. No.
Really?
But I know like there's that like dating show with the Downs, like Down with or it's actually.
Yeah.
He's searching for Down's cooking. I think she's talking about Love on the Spectrum, right? I haven't actually seen that, but apparently it's kind of jokes.
Or I've seen it's also on the Spectrum dating, but they have the Downs people on.
Like, hasn't Jeremy learned his lesson? Hasn't he learned his fucking lesson about like searching for things live on Twitter, typing into his bars?
There, and it's actually really wholesome and entertaining. So I mean, there's content you can make. Like, you can make wholesome content out of it. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to disagree. You can't make wholesome content out of people that live with these sort of like trials and adversities in their lives. But the idea of having the child for making the content is so ghoulish and so depraved that I don't even know how to put it into words. And the fact that there's no pushback from, like, I understand Jeremy. You know, he's like alcohol brained. He's like just been doing this. He hates his life. He has to wake up every morning and make 65 shorts and steal content from people, then complain about theft. And he just, you know, he's living life on autopilot, and he's always been a shell of a soulless person. And I don't have very high respect for Melanie Mack at all. But you would think that she would be putting in some sort of opposition to this idea, but no.
I mean, and again, like, you could say, oh, it's exploitative.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you, but also, like, if it's like, well, now I'm going to give this Downs baby the best, you know,
right.
Here, let me see if I can find
this, like, Rip headphone users, by the way. This crackly sound is driving me fucking nuts, and apparently it's from Melanie's audio. I wonder if that's like a self-defense thing, like she does. Like, she has her voice as shrill as it is and her audio as shit as it is, so that anyone wants to go in there and like A-log her, like, it's driven out with madness.
Let me see. I think what's his name? Okay. Yeah, hold on. Like, again, there are levels to Down syndrome even.
Yeah.
Like, we have
What?
you know,
Good to be home, boys.
two guys,
How you going?
two brothers. I think they're brothers, but like, these guys got 1 million subscribers. They probably get more views than I have. 5.2 million views on this video.
Yeah.
Is Jeremy looking at these two men that have made the best of their situation, and he's envious of their Down syndrome? Like, I think that's actually true. Jeremy is so far gone at this point that he wishes he could just take a pill to make him so dumb that he doesn't have to think about any critics, and he can just like, oh, everyone can just look down at me and smile and say that I'm doing my best or some shit. It's like, what the fuck? This is twisted. Honestly, this is twisted. Not to steal an Andyism or anything, but this is the only way I can describe it, is fucking twisted.
it is never.
That's wholesome.
It's never been easier.
What?
To, like,
it's never been easier to have Down syndrome? I mean, I guess that's a correct statement throughout history, because you don't get thrown into the pit or anything these days. But holy shit, man! Like, what is Jeremy in the bar or something with all the Down syndrome? He was like, "Man, boys, we've never had it this good. It's our time to be alive." I honestly feel like I'm taking crazy pills today.
You know, like.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You might say like,
and like, I'm sorry, but there is not a market for this. Like, there's like maybe 7 individuals that have Down syndrome that have made like the better of their situation in these sort of like TV shows and things like that. Like the vast majority of these people live with struggles every fucking day. Okay, this is not like.
What kind of job can a Down syndrome person have? I don't know. Make millions a year on a cooking show?
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like these guys are just, you know, wholesome. I think they made what, beer can chicken?
Oh.
What the fuck is beer can chicken? Do Americans really?
Damn, you don't feel that heat, huh? That thing is blazing hot.
He's just touching it right on the other.
Like, Jeremy's looking at these people like they're like a race in like a video game. Like, oh my goodness, look at this! They get +1 to fire resistance. They can hold the chicken without even feeling any pain. Wish it was me. Like, what? I don't know. Like, I think like growing up, one of my biggest fears was like loss of self and identity. So when I see like these sort of like I said, like that X-Files show sort of thing, where these people are like, you know, like being like a prisoner in your own mind sort of thing, like scares the hell out of me. But you know what scares the hell out of me even more now is fucking getting eaten by a sperm whale. Because I saw that fucking trailer for like Whale Fall, where there's a diver swimming around. This is a real big segue, by the way. There's like this trailer. It looks good. It looks like a scary fucking movie. This guy's like diving and a giant squid is being chased by a sperm whale, and basically the diver gets swallowed with the squid's a fucking jerk, but it's pretty kino. Yeah, check it out. But because of this, I was watching this. This is where I'm leading into this. I just wanted to mention this. There apparently giant squid are fucking everywhere, and we just didn't know how to find them because they have the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, and we've been using white light underwater. So when they started using red light, apparently they found giant squid in like 30 seconds. There's a really fantastic video I just watched recently. If anyone's interested in it, I'll post in the Discord. I'll just mention its name real quick, and then I'll get back into it. It's called Colossal Squid Are Everywhere. We've been looking wrong, and it's fascinating because they're just like this scientist, like this one chick scientist is like, what if we just have cameras attached to red light? And then they find stuff immediately. They just find giant squid everywhere. And actually, like, one of my childhood dreams was to discover and be the first person to see a giant squid in the wild. But that's never going to fucking happen. So now I have to be a live streamer, I guess. Anyway, back to Jeremy being a piece of shit. Sorry, I just had to take a break for a second.
Your receptors is down. But you know, like, okay, I'm just, you know, like, there is a lot people with Down syndromes can do.
That's true.
And there's a lot that
they can certainly run YouTube channels if Jeremy's any example.
Parents of means can do, and they chose neither. They chose just to terminate the pregnancy.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I actually do have giant squid autism.
I think they thought it was going to turn out different. They thought that more people were going to be like, oh, wow, we need more awareness on them. They're so brave. They're so brave to like make this public. And I think that's what they were expecting. And it backfired big time.
Yeah, because this, again, 20.
Sorry, last comment on the giant squid thing. You should be ashamed of when figured out before you. Like, unironically, it's so fucking obvious. It's like one of those things like, oh, yeah, okay, makes perfect fucking sense. We were just, these creatures live in absolute black darkness, and the giant squid is giant is the biggest fucking eye in the animal kingdom. It's like the size of a fucking basketball. And it's just like, we've been just shooting, like, we've been going down there blinding sea creatures for like the last, I don't know, 3 decades, and we couldn't find any. We're like, where are the fish? Where are the fish? And then someone's like, what if we just try using non-invasive light? Oh, it worked. Congratulations. All right, let's go back. Sorry about that. And like that documentary is so good though. Like what I said, the giant squid one. The woman is doing it is having real trouble getting funding because they're like, well, what are you hoping to find? And she's like, that's the fucking point. We're trying to find things we don't know about because we've been scaring everything away. All right, sorry, back into this. You actually did trigger my giant squid autism.
19 anymore.
Architeuthis Styx, that by the way, that's the name of the giant squid, the original one. The colossal squid I've actually seen. I've seen a real one in the museum at Te Papa in Wellington, New Zealand. It's fantastic. It has fucking rotating hooks for hands. It's crazy. I'm not even joking. It has like these weird hooks on like swivels. Terrifying. Te Papa is dope. Te Papa is actually really fucking underrated. I remember I was in New Zealand when it was released. Sorry, this is like appeals to like literally nobody except 2 people in chat. The Te Papa segment. Te Papa is like the National Museum in Wellington, New Zealand. It's actually really fucking good. And like it had like this crazy outdoor segment where you could go digging for fossils and stuff. And there's like a little cave and it's fantastic. But I found a secret room. Te Papa used to have a secret room where you had to push on like a wall, and it was inside the room was like this, like there was just sound and lights and shit, and there was like, you know, they had like big cylinders full of like sand and rice and stuff, and it would make sounds. I could find this room once, and then it disappeared. I swear to God, this room used to exist in Te Papa, and it doesn't exist anymore. And no one ever believed. It's like some fucking Harry Potter shit or some stuff. Thanks. But one thing I'll say about Te Papa is that negative space exhibit is so bullshit, because there's this big empty space, and it's a sculpture by some artist, and it's just like this guy got paid like $10,000 to make nothing, and I'm so fucking mad about it. But they also have a really fantastic exhibition where they're the giant Gallipoli soldiers. That is fucking crazy. They have these giant statues that are like 4 times larger than the average person, right? And they're made by Weta Workshop, like the people that did like the special effects of Lord of the Rings. They look like real people, but just giant real people. It's when you see the giant hands, you feel like you're about to be grabbed, like in Shingeki no Kyojin or some shit.
More.
Yep.
All right, sorry. I'll try and keep the segues to a minimum. Okay, I'm just got a little bit excited about something.
People are like, nah, dog, that's not it. Like, of all the people, I'm not saying like, okay, from a biblical standpoint, yes, I hear you, chat. Don't yell at me. But I'm just trying to get my head around in a spot where like a normal person might be. You got no money. You're a single mom. You got a Downs baby. What? I could at least understand why your head might go there.
But why is Jeremy's head going there? Is my question. He's like, single moms got it fucking made. All they have to do is have retarded children so they can monetize them. What the fuck are you talking about, Jeremy?
You're a multimillionaire.
At a younger state, though. At 5 months, that's where it's
5 months is too late, man. Let that kid have a chance.
It's too late there. At 5 months, it's too late.
Yeah. That's too late.
I would try to be a little more under.
That's the thing, is that Jeremy blames his wife. Every time people criticize Jeremy for not having children, because he talks about the virtues of being like a trad traditional family or some shit, but he's 40-less and childless. 40-less and childless? He blames it on his wife immediately. He hides behind her. He hides behind his wife all the time. It's so disgusting. By the way, I should probably read these. Don't even blink says he wanted to say that. Yes, he did. Clammy Vegicarp with a 2 says, Rabbitohs and Panthers know their fan base. I don't know what that's a reference to. Medicanton gifted some kicks. He said, get some coffee or energy in you, meme. You're ADHDing your words too much. It's just the way it is in the morning sometimes. And Hard Nosepick said a full send. And Tony the Tiger resubscribed. There we go.
Understanding if it were.
I don't know how early can you do an amnio. Do you know?
I have no idea. But I'm just like, man, 5 months? Nah, dude. Like, this is diabolical.
They could have done amnio at 15 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
that's still
3 months. It's still a little late, but I know you can't do it because it's you know, you could hurt the cells. Like it's dangerous to do it before that.
Right.
But like, man alive, if anybody could have a Downs baby, it would be them. And by the way, they like, if you want to be
it's the YouTuber privilege, apparently. Like YouTubers can have as many Down syndrome kids as they want, but they can monetize them for 18 fucking years. 18 years a YouTube slave in Jeremy's world.
Cool about it. They could have made plenty of money to give that kid. And think of all that they could have done, Melanie. They could have started their own like Down syndrome foundation.
Exactly.
They could have really taken all the money by, you know, monetizing their Downs baby. And like
a quartering 2026. Monetize yo Downs babies. Your political commentary, sir.
Start a facility where other people could, you know,
farm babies,
give up their Downs babies for.
Is this Jeremy's version of a modest proposal to farm Down syndrome children?
They could have made a real change.
They could have, yeah.
Unless they're like, well, I don't really want to deal with it. We'll just, I think at one point it's like, well, the good news is at least you can get pregnant. It's like, dude, like, what are you like? What, so you're going to kill the next one? You can, oh man, I can't make this analogy, but
what was he going to say?
They like, just as a ghoulish, money first lunatic like Jesse Ridgway clearly is.
Okay, so Jeremy's talking about himself right now. Just keep that, like, he's obviously projecting.
This dude could have had a real positive impact on the Down syndrome community.
Could have, yeah.
And instead, and you know what? He could have made a ton of money and it would have been fine.
Yep.
What about the kid? I assume Down syndrome children don't like being farmed for content for 18 years, right? Just don't make kids content, okay? Just don't. And if you do, like, I think, like, I have a real problem with a lot of these, like, family YouTubers and stuff. Like, if they're just being wholesome and fine, then okay, there's, I guess, no harm, no foul. But I really think that if you make any money from your children, it should be going directly to them, like into their, like, savings account or trust account for them to spend on their education or down payment on their first home or something like that. But these parents that are like vampires or something, it's like, like, it makes me so fucking mad. And then Jeremy's like looking at them with envious eyes. He wants to be one of these people.
And people are saying he's young. He's not young.
Night,
he's got to be close to 40.
Good night, Winston Ego. Respect.
Right. Oh,
he's at least in his late 30s.
He's not
this
young.
guy he ain't 17.
No way. No.
Because he's like, he's got to be in his mid to late 30s.
Chairman Mo says with a 25 Hong Kong dollars. What are these two? Are these two boneheads talking about? They should just wear black Hugo Boss uniforms and say this all in German. Hey, look. All I'll say is that I think that the Japanese scientists finding a way to remove the Down syndrome chromosome is very cool, and I think it's good for society, and I hope that they continue with that development of that research. I think they can only do it in vitro at the moment, but, like, Japanese scientists may unironically cure Down syndrome, and I think that's one of the best things that I've heard in a long time. And it made me so fucking mad to see people complaining about this being like, no, we need Down syndrome people in the world because they're so happy. They're like our cute little clowns. I'm like, no, what the fuck? Surely these people would value having, like, I don't know. All I'm saying, some eugenics is good. If you can remove the Down syndrome, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, he knows
at
better.
least. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that, like, there's so much. I mean, the guy already had. Nobody at least said that to him, like, hey, dude, if you're gonna be a ghoul, why don't you?
Right.
I don't know if I should say this. This is, like, kind of like a. All right, this is just a stupid segue joke that sounded really silly, and I thought would make a lot of people mad, so I decided to say it. Okay. If scientists can actually make a cure for Down syndrome, right? I feel like this should be mandatory for any child that tests positive with Down syndrome so that they can get it removed from them. And then when they're an adult, they can choose to have the Down syndrome reintroduced to them system by, like, hitting themselves over the head with a hammer or some shit. Just like if a child should be able to choose if they get circumcised or not. Okay, don't circumcise your kids. It's child abuse. And then when they're 18, they can get circumcised if they want. Okay, right? Because then the choice is on the individual that actually has to bear it, is what I'm saying. I'm just waiting to see how mad that makes people.
Well, here you go. You got 18 years of content. It looks like he's been, like, grasping it for topics.
Yes, for 3 years he's been trying to become relevant again.
There you go. There you go.
And even, like I said, I would, if he took 20% of every dollar he made off his Downs baby and donated it to, worth it.
Yeah.
Jeremy's, like, putting the business proposals coming together in his head. He's making a PowerPoint to present to McJuggernuggets about how he can monetize Down syndrome children. Is that what I'm hearing right now?
Yeah.
Fine. I would never even criticize that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they're like, nah.
Look, smegma, I don't even think this actually exists. I've never seen smegma in my entire fucking life. And I maybe Americans just don't wash their pee-pees or something. But I can tell you that I've never fucking seen it before in my entire fucking life. With all of the dicks that I've inspected, which is one,
And by the way, dude, his wife let him upload that. Could you imagine?
Oof.
Could you imagine, like, hey, I got a great idea. You just got the worst news of your life. Think about, we could probably make like $50 on AdSense.
What the fuck is this? No, like, if you actually watch the McJuggernuggets video, and I can understand making black comedy sort of things, like making light of a terrible situation. I don't have problems with that. But if you look at the wife in the video, she's like being torn apart by this. She's been carrying this child inside her for 9 months. They start recording a video. He reads out the results, which he probably pre-read. And then he's just like, oopsie daisies, I guess it's Down syndrome, time for the abortion. And she's just crying and trying to hold it together. And Jeremy's just like, "Why? Hey, look, honey, $50 a week's a pretty good deal." No, it's not. It's not fucking not. People want the best for their children, right? Clammy Vegicarp with a 2. Don't cue her downs. The world needs comedy. Bro, come on now.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Look. Let's go.
Yeah, upload that.
Post it.
I'm surprised Jeremy didn't at least adopt. So, like, I don't think. How's it going, Don Flogan, by the way? Great show recently. Like, honestly, if you're interested in like more professional coverage of Jeremy, Don Flogan is the place to go. He's putting on some good content over there. He had a fantastic segment about Jeremy's decline after the Karmelo Anthony stuff, which I'd recommend. I'm half convinced that Jeremy's going to try the baby adopt grift at some point in the next couple of years. I think that's actually on the menu, and it terrifies me, the idea of that happening. This man needs to be kept away from children at all costs. He needs to be isolated in like a fucking dome. He can just live in his dome with his dogs and his ticks and his little race car track or some shit.
Yeah.
People, yeah, send it. People say we're heroic for murdering our baby. Anyway, they'll hopefully rot in hell forever, and I'll end the segment there because that's just...
Hopefully, like... Okay, I can agree with McJuggernuggets going to hell or some shit, but don't you think that these people should be down there with them in the circle of greed or something? We got Chairman Mao with a 50. Or it's Chairman Mo, actually. Hong Kong. As much as we condone Jer and Mel, the reality is that there are too many people who think monetizing their special need kids is cool. Yeah, it's disgusting to me. And you wonder why Gen Alpha want to give communism another try. There's not going to be a lot of special need kids around if they give communism a try, because that devolves very, very quickly.
I'll make the reference I was going to make off VOD live because I think it's not great, but like,
okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, make sure you guys
say it,
subscribe
coward.
or follow. You tune in Monday through Friday, 9 a.m.
Did he say tune in Money through Friday? Look, if you heard Money through Friday, press 1 or B over on Kick. I guarantee you he said Money through Friday.
Eastern.
Hear it.
Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe or follow. You tune in Monday through Friday.
He said Money through Friday. I mean, I make a lot of flubs too. Like everybody makes it, but it's so funny that all of Jeremy's flubs are like money or poo related or weekend related.
Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, or Tuesday and Thursday. Also extra streams at 2 Eastern, exclusively on Rumble. Just
Medieval Spawn gifted 5 subs over on Kick. Let's fucking go.
Look up the Quartering One Word on Rumble, follow the channel, and tune in for the live streams. All right. Okay. What I was going to say is think of zoos.
No! Jeremy, no, wait a minute, Jeremy, no! He almost got through this segment without saying it. He almost got fucking... Look at him, he's so happy at his joke, too. Oh, no.
All right. Okay. What I was going to say is think of zoos.
Oh.
Like zoos are not, at least nowadays they're better.
Yeah.
Or maybe the circus would be better. But
Hey, parent, are you concerned about your kid having Down syndrome? Have you considered the zoo or a circus? Oh, Jeremy.
the worst.
Yeah.
Like
Melody agrees with this. Melody's just straight up she's all in. She's all fucking in on the zoo proposal.
Zoos are probably better.
Yeah.
No.
zoos.
What, so the Down syndrome people are just naked in the enclosure and you throw peanuts at them and there's feeding time and there's the water show? Like, what do you mean zoos? These are real people. Yes, they have their own challenges, but they can actually lead real lives, Jeremy. They're like, what the fuck?
They cage these animals.
They're not animals, they're people.
Oh my God, they're not living in the... Most zoos nowadays, at least in America, these animals were born in captivity. They were not...
So what are the Down syndrome kids delivered in the zoo? So they're also born in captivity? I mean, we're all living in a fucking zoo, really. If you think about it, the state of society, am I right, chat?
He could have done so much. Like,
is Melanie high right now? She's just like, is she disassociating? What's going on here? She's just agreeing. Like, she hasn't added one piece of pushback. Surely she would say, as the Christian streamer she claims to be, no, Jeremy, you can't put people in zoos or circuses because they have their own free will. What? I'm so glad I went into this clip blind. This is insane.
Yeah, you might argue like, oh, I don't love zoos. They keep people.
No, they don't. They keep animals. In Jeremy's world, there's the people that are kept in zoos. If anyone belongs in a zoo, it's fucking Jeremy. He needs to be in like the hippo enclosure where he's like floating around in his own natural environment. Okay, I think we can understand that. But it's fair to put Jeremy in a zoo because he doesn't have a soul. Okay, he's not actually a person in my. Okay, it's just a joke. YouTube, chill out.
Rhinoceros should be on the Serengeti or whatever. But that zoo makes millions of dollars and like contributes to habitat protection and all this kind of stuff. Like,
I mean, maybe they do, maybe they don't. Some do. Like, there's a lot of bad zoos over in Asia, let me tell you. It's like pretty shit over here. Japanese aquariums are pretty good, but the zoos are really depressing, like the small cages and stuff. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, Chairman Mo with a 25 says, somewhere out there are Stormfront gooners who took out an extra large bottle of Vaseline while listening to Mel talk about this. Probably. I think she just literally does not care about anything except herself. She seems pretty bored right now, though. Like, she's just trying to get her money and go. Here's a challenge to Melanie Mack. If she really doesn't need the money, show up to Jeremy's show without getting paid. Stop taking advantage of your friend paying you, like, what is it, 500 episode? Just show up. Just show up without getting any pay. Like, it'll be fine, right?
At no point could he have just said, like, even if he's a diabolical sociopath like me.
Like Jeremy. He said the quiet part out fucking loud. Listen to that.
Could he have just said, like, even if he's a diabolical sociopath like me?
Yeah.
Like,
yes. Yes, I agree. Jeremy is a diabolical sociopath. EDW Raptor 5 says, we already had human zoos in the past, and we agreed they were bad. Use code criminal at the Dragon's Treasure for your next tea purchase. You fucking rat. No. Use code COPE. Okay? Use code... Oh, fuck. Now that... He can't keep getting away with it. There we go. TheDragonsTreasure.com, a haven for anime and tea lovers. Use code COPE for 10% off and get criminal savings on some delicious apple cider tea, okay? The Sean Man, we're not giving up to the Sean Man, okay? We're gonna win this Dragon's Treasure thing. I've got a contest going. Not like Seinfeld though, but it is a contest.
He could have not only provided for his family for the next 18 to 20, 30 years, but he could have really done some good for the Down syndrome community. Instead he's like, we just killed it.
Well,
Jeremy could do some good shit for the Down syndrome community right now. If you really believe this, why don't you donate, Jeremy? Why don't you put your money on the line? But every time Jeremy puts money down, it's like a pledge or something, like Amber Heard. He never actually pays it, except with the Styx, who we're going to talk about in just a second, who he gave like $8,000 to. Because he just pays his friends. It's the only way this man can get any sort of human interaction is if he pays the money.
The government will help. If you have like a...
Damn, Shauna's looking
It's
thick.
never been easier.
Yeah.
Like, are we talking? I mean, it's not like you have a Downs baby in 1920. It's 2026. That kid would have had a special teacher's aid the whole time, would have had its own... Whatever that kid needed, he or she needed, they would have been provided. There is no excuse.
Yep.
Period. Like, he had the means, the finances. He had the platform that he could have... Really, that guy could be donating millions of dollars a year to Down syndrome fundraising and this and that. Instead, some demon got... Now, maybe his wife said we should do it. Maybe
I don't think so.
Pressure her. It happens.
Maybe. We don't know.
But they could have had a big field for a bunch of people, Downs people to run around.
What?
And they could have had.
He literally thinks they're animals. They could have had a big field. They run around and they love it. They're frolicking. They're like fairies. What about, like, I don't know, getting them jobs, teaching them how to interact with people? Like, let's just throw them in a field, run around, come to the zoo. Jesus, this is probably one of the craziest things I've ever heard Jeremy say in the last week.
You know, people could raise. That was a bad joke, but
I don't think it's a joke. I think he truly believes this. Like, he's actually like running the numbers in his head. Like, how can I monetize these people? I mean, Jeremy's audience already is basically equivalent in intelligence to Down syndrome. So it makes sense for Jeremy that he could pivot into this content of like free range farming Down syndrome people on the plantation.
He could have really turned this into good, and instead they're like, look at these kids.
They're adults.
You know.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Down, homie. Your receptors is down.
Hey, got some beer?
Oh my God, bro. That is a blazing hot.
He just pulled a can of beer. 345 degrees.
You gotta come up a little bit.
Wait, is that Victoria DB? What is it? VD? That man deserves a DB or whatever that fucking drink is called. I remember those ads over in Oz and Australia and New Zealand.
Oh, chicken bone.
Yeah, it looks wonderful.
Nothing wrong with these kids.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with them. Okay, there are levels to it, but
they're more,
you know,
Victoria better. That's it.
The
VB,
rest of us,
Victoria better.
like,
yeah,
you know,
they're.
So the channel is called Get Down with Sean and Marley. All right,
crushing. Look at 1 million subscribers. You know, and by the way, everything Jesse knows about YouTube, he could have done this.
that's true.
Mom, I want to become famous. I want
Jesse to watch this video. People should fucking
Yeah.
spam it to his X account.
All YouTubers, and I feel like I want to do it. I would become famous because I
Jeremy's actually looking up and envying these people too. That's what's kind of crazy. How's it going, T-Rex Trucking? Medicanton gifted 1,000 kicks. He says there's a Japanese business that hires, I guess, and trains Downs people who work there till retirement age. Fuck you, Jeremy. What have you done? What have you ever done? Very true. Very true. I'm not sure about that. In Japan, Japan doesn't have the best relationship with mental health and disabilities, to be honest. Like, they have a lot of free-ranged people. They're just like out there in the middle of society, just like running around screaming, and everyone just kind of ignores them because the Japanese way of things is like sweeping things under the rug and just ignoring all your issues. So sometimes you'll be at a train station, or there'll be someone just screaming, and everyone's just like ignoring it and pretending it doesn't happen.
I'll be famous. I'm a billionaire.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I want to do it, like make some videos.
Said this back in 2021 too.
Because I love being famous. I'm a big man. I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm become famous. I'm gonna make some videos. I first met Sean. Like, it was a school teacher.
The crazy thing about this is these two are actually more coherent and easy to understand than Jeremy when he's talking about any shit.
Okay, so they're not even related. But like, look at these two separate people.
Yeah.
Go play button.
Yeah.
Two gold play buttons.
Yeah.
So they have 2 channels. Or they both got it for the same
Maybe
channel.
they both got one. Because
Okay.
you can order an extra one.
Okay.
Go play button.
You can't tell me these fucking guys don't know what's up. They know what they did. And like, by the way,
The thing is, Jeremy doesn't know what he did though. Like these two are doing great for themselves, obviously. They've found their niche. But Jeremy has no idea what he's actually suggesting today. Like the free-range Down syndrome people, zoos and farms. And he's just like, this makes perfect sense to Jeremy because he's so content-brained. He's so soulless and money-grubbing that he's just like, yeah, of course. I can make some money from these.
People are like the happiest people on the planet.
They are.
You know? Like, so, I mean, seriously, fuck Jesse Ridgway all the way off. Like, he could have done
I mean, look at Sean Gillis. He did great for himself.
Such an incredible thing.
Yeah.
I'm getting all emotional about it. But like, it sucks. And instead he's like, he uploaded one video and now forever every video he uploads will just be,
Oh, yeah.
are you the baby murderer? Are you the guy that
That
took a baby
backfired
that
on-
probably was viable outside
Shane
of the
Gillis?
womb?
Okay, maybe I'm the one with Down syndrome. That's what I meant. Get down with Max and Meme. Shut up.
Already, and you killed it?
Yep.
Is that you?
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, lemonade stand got robbed.
Anywho's.
Oh
by two black males aged 11 to 14.
Oh no, Jeremy's back on the fatigue already.
Wow.
I had to change the subject. So I was going to start crying. Like, it's just so sad. Like, man, what the fuck, dude? Like, I could get my head around a poor kid, a 17-year-old kid having a Downs baby, not knowing what the fuck is going on. You're talking about a millionaire and they're close to 40 years old. It would have been a dream scenario to raise awareness around Down syndrome.
The dream scenario. I can understand making the best out of a bad situation, but there is no scenario where this is a dream come true. What are you fucking talking about? Have some empathy for these people.
To show people that like life isn't over because of this.
Yep.
Instead, they're like, nah, just fucking vacuum it out. By the way, you know how they do abortions, right? They like peel off the fucking body parts outside of the uterus. They break that baby apart when they do it.
I mean, I don't really want to hear about that. We got Luther the Writer. How's it going? You're doing some good work, my man. He with the 5. He says, Jer sees people with Down syndrome the same way Frollo sees Quasimodo in Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's a reference and a half. I remember seeing the Hunchback of Notre Dame in the theaters, actually, when I was a child. We got J. Burkhart Law with a 10. Says, greatly enjoyed you relating your gleeful moment a couple months ago of viewing Mount Fuji. Oh, yes, that was very cool, wasn't it? Also, consuming internet drama on your phone. So pretty, so good. Yes, thank you very much. Some people enjoy it. Yes, the scenery.
It's disgusting.
Apparently, this S loves me. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
5 months old. So anyway,
the cute little Peppy. He's so happy.
I think I had a different segment, but I think I'm out of time.
Common cold oh my goodness, that's crazy.
They're doing kids are doing the Benadryl challenge. Of course they are.
Oh no. That stuff's messed up. Like I was taking NyQuil and DayQuil and I had to like switch.
This makes sense. Okay, Melanie's behavior makes sense now. She's like high on lean for all of these streams with Jeremy.
Because like there's something, it's the antihistamines in there that's in Benadryl. It was messing me up. I was like, this is worse. It's worse than the cold symptoms were.
Yeah, these are just kids being retarded.
Okay.
Like when I was young, it was called robo tripping.
Yeah.
Robo tripping? So like Jeremy's like, these kids are just being fucking dumb. Now, what I was doing as a child, it was called robo tripping. I mean, this makes sense as well. Like it all kind of comes together, doesn't it?
I would drink a bunch of Robitussin. I definitely did do that when I was a kid.
I was just joking. And he just straight up admits it. I was just like, okay, yeah, Jeremy looks like someone that would have been robo tripping. And he's just like, yeah, I just drunk a fuck ton of Robitussin as a child.
And now it's like take a bunch of Benadryl. So now the Benadryl's going to be locked up. Thanks a lot, retard kids. Like,
what do you mean? You did this yourself? Like he's like the boomer that complains about destroying the economy. And then like is like, thanks Zoomers for not buying fucking houses. I can't sell my 5 investment properties now. Jeremy's literally the reason that Robitussin got locked up in the inner cities. And then he's complaining that other people are going to get the Benadryl locked up. Like I honestly wonder what it's like to live in America because like all of this stuff is actually banned in Japan. You can't. This is a hot tip. If you come over to Japan, do not bring any medication unless you pre-screen it with immigration / your embassy, because some people just come over here with like Adderall or like Benadryl and stuff like that, and they get straight up arrested, like at the fucking border, because they do not play around with that shit over here. Honestly, they're much too strict on it, but it is what it is.
Down syndrome kid would know better than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be Down syndrome kids. You don't see them doing this.
Yeah.
No, because the mothers are the one that's doing this, obviously.
And yeah, I had the.
All right, that was a fucking wild clip. Holy shit. We got Jamie Moodley with a member for 22 months says, another win for Ralph. What? Ralph W. Another win for the toe. Anime sucks. Copium Sneed. Is this like? I saw that Ralph was claiming that he fucked Nick's wife. I'm going to be honest, I don't believe it. I think he's just trying to troll and get some reactions out of Nick, which is very funny. It's very funny all the same. All right. Apparently, there's some notable quotes. I think we got through all of this. So that's the Down syndrome segment. So let's jump over to, there's a couple extra seeds and tweets. Like obviously that Jeremy's been having like mini Miller times, but nothing too crazy. Bering was talking with someone about the drop shipping, because I think there was like some guy that was banned from the Kiwi farms, and he was trying to DM Bering, and he's like, ha ha ha, you need to pay me or something. And Bering was like, oops. Let me see. I said 5 polite words to you. I don't care about the guy drop shipping of coffee. Jeremy's now quote tweeting. So it's Miller time, baby. Yes, please stay out of my garbage cans. I mean, unless you want to sift through cat litter, that is. It's a bummer. Bering thinks I'm scum, but whatever. Stay out of my garbage, please. And then he was going on a cope session saying, again, no, my coffee is not drop shipped. It seems like nobody in the world even cares about the definition of the word. So why don't you just show people the factory, Jeremy? Show the factory, goddammit. More like white label. Wrong. Well, we'll see. You got Luther Morgan's on the case. You got people coming from the FDA's coming for you from the Kona shit. It's going to be revealed, Jeremy. Let's see. I've been asking for a virtual tour for years at this point, since way before the drama. Jeremy says he did one 2 years ago. Now, in that virtual tour he did, it looks identical to Mill Creek Roasters, which just confirms that it is drop shipped. Everything's fucking drop shipped, obviously. And now this is just a funny little segue before we had something a bit light. Well, we have to have something a bit lighter after that abortion segment. And the Down syndrome segment. SB Speller says, you hit the goal. Which Legos are you buying? Well, I mean, the goal actually says that even if we hit the goal, we can't afford Legos because they're so fucking expensive. But we hit the goal, chat. Thank you very much. Make sure you like the stream, leave a B in the comments and things like that. Now, Jeremy's got a problem with modern car batteries. What is the deal? What's the deal with modern car batteries? I didn't even know if it's a Ford thing or new battery chemistry. But if you don't drive much, like sometimes, it's like not even a month. The battery freaking... Yes, Jeremy's so homebound that he doesn't leave his house for a month at a time, and he keeps losing car batteries. The backside of Jeremy's house, well, that's a risky one to say, is just like a car battery graveyard, apparently. The tech basically... Oh, wait, sorry. I've got an F-150. I wonder if that's the same... I wonder if it's a red F-150. That I basically have to keep a trickle charger on all year. So he doesn't even leave his house for a year at a time? The tech's basically about these new batteries and shit. I don't know if that's true or not. It's like car companies wanted to save 11 cents. The original battery, it's the original battery, and sure, it's 3 years old now, but it's totally died twice. Why don't you try driving, Jeremy? By the way, this man owns an electric car as well. He owns a Cybertruck. You would think that he would just keep one of them, but he has multiple trucks because he's so, like, consumer-oriented. And loads of people tell me it happens to them too. Can we see the people? Cheap shit? I don't know. I have never used to have this problem. Well, maybe you used to have to go and drive places. Is it red? I think it is. I think this is the mysterious car. All right. Do we want to see the bitch test? Black intelligence test of cultural... I can't say this fucking word. Homogeneity? Yeah. Damn it. I'm retarded. It's okay. Maybe people can put me on a farm. That's where I belong. We'll have a quick look at this. If it's not funny, we'll skip to the 6-second hub. We'll skip to the Styx segment. All right, this is already looking pretty bad.
Pro-social instruction.
Yeah, all right. We're just not going to watch this. I'm fatigued, all right, chat. All right. Styx Hexenhammer. So Styx Hexenhammer. Oh, wait, shit. I have to... Wait a second, chat. I need to get back to this thing. I removed my tabs before I was ready. Okay. Got this one back. There we go. All right, bring back. All right, Styx. There we go. All right. All right. So Styx Hexenhammer, we haven't heard about him for quite a while, okay? He's been on the lam. He's been mysteriously... Oh, now the fans are fucking up? Oh my goodness, the scuffed segment. Hold on a second. Just let me turn the fan off for a second, chat. Let me just get to this real quick. I should play like the intermission music while I fix the fan, which is just a few seconds of this ums.
How's
I'm Tiger.
There we go. All right. Why is Google Drive being so weird with the zoom ins? Anyway, so Styx has been wanted for a while. He's got warrants out for his arrest. He disappeared. He claimed he'd be dead 6 months ago, but he's still ticking on. He's losing teeth. He's literally becoming the Fallout Ghoul live before our eyes. But nothing that interesting has happened to him, so we haven't really covered it. But Mikey No More, who is a fantastic channel. I'm actually subscribed to him on all of my channels now, okay? So don't pretend. I am actually subscribed, Mikey. Okay. He puts out some pretty good documentary stuff, and he's also been doing some pretty fire kick streams. So you could check that out. This is his Styx Hexenhammer, Stoleth Giveth, Stoleth Take It Away. Let's check this out. We'll watch it on 1.25. But it looks like it's going to be pretty entertaining. I find Mikey to be pretty funny. All right. It's muted. Thank you. We only got 16 seconds into the
mute.
A roster of modern state of Israel, a lot of 1,000 years ago in the land of Israel. That's the biblical Israel, not the modern state of Israel. A lot of weirdos conflate the two.
Spam muted in
There
chat.
was once a king named Solomon, considered the wisest of all mortal men. He was also one of the freakiest of all mortal men, with a roster of hoes so deep they could fill up the Dead Sea. Being so freaked out distracted him from properly using his wisdom and building the great temple that his equally terminally freaky-ass dad David promised he built. So, early into his reign, Solomon did the practical thing, which was use a magical ring blessed by God that let him summon and tame demons to build the temple for him. The equivalent
This is probably one of the most base things in the Bible, honestly. Tricking the demons into building this temple for him. Like, this is advanced Israeli technique that we've never seen before or again.
A contractor trafficking Mexicans over the border to work for him and then calling ICE on them later so he wouldn't have to pay them for their labor. This is the only instance of a man summoning demons and it working out in his favor. Despite this, countless midwit-ass occultists since have tried to follow in Solomon's footsteps.
Like, this is unironically very based. How come this technique wasn't pulled again in the Bible? That's my question. It seems like it's like free construction work. Bob Tubed with a new profile picture says, fucking hell, boomer. Yes, it was muted. Thank you.
Conjure demons for their own purposes. It never works out well for him. As has been the case for Taro Warwick, aka Styx Hexenhammer 666. As tempting as it is to call Styx a LARPer, he's
now you can see here in the Styx zone, you see a little cute little Stolas. Now, Stolas is an owl demon. I think there's a list of like 99 demons or something from like these old like grimoires and things like that. There is an actual picture of this Stolas the demon in one of these. However, he chooses to use the Has-Been Hotel / Hell of a Boss Vivipop. It's one of those like cartoons for mentally ill little girls. For some reason, he decides to use that version of Stolas.
Really not. He's the real deal, a dedicated occult nerd who takes his herbology, astrology, and demonology very seriously.
Now, people have told me that Styx has actually made an entire career out of downloading these old like grimoires or like ebooks and then re-uploading them to Amazon and selling demology like cookbooks and stuff. I don't know. I'm not even joking. But it is very funny to see that like Jim accepted Christ and has been recovering from his cancer AIDS, whereas everyone else that's been summoning demons and like worshiping the occult is like literally decaying in front of our eyes.
It's not the byproduct of a midlife crisis, and it's not a fad. The occult journey of Taro Warwick is genuinely one of the most in-depth in occult history, with Styx documenting it himself across countless videos over years of near daily uploads and social media posts. In this careful self-documentation of Styx...
This is wild to see the young Styx. He was still doing the shirtless grift, but like if you take a look at his most recent videos, it's become very, very bad.
Through various phases of his life, lets us observe in real time how he went from an eccentric libertarian Satanist to a toothless pirate evading the arm of the law and making vids.
There you go. This is actually like a recent Styx, and you might be wondering why he's wearing one leather glove. It's not because he's Michael Jackson or anything. You can see he's toothless as well, because he's been one of his many girlfriends for some reason decided to punch him. And she knocked it out of his face, and he hasn't got it fixed yet. Now, the reason he's got this glove is because he actually cuts himself so that he can get blood to use blood rituals. We got N-Pulse gifted a rage quit saying, can't wait for the Kino Casino episodes on Has-Been Hotel. Oh, the Kiwi Casino. Sorry, that's Kiwi Casino is Josh Moon and PvP on Gumroad, I think, where they review stuff. They're watching like that. What is it called? Digital Circus, the amazing Digital Circus. I've never seen a single episode of it, but apparently it's unwatchable, but it did better than Star Wars. So suffers Disney.
A bummy laptop from his girlfriend's
place. On Locals?
And he'd do all of this while worshiping a demon owl.
Tarl has been online for a long time. He's been one of those guys who made his channel and started uploading his first videos in the emerging years of YouTube as a platform. And they're about what you would expect out of a self-admittedly socially anxious Satanist in his late teens and early 20s who literally calls himself Styx Hexenhammer 666.
Now, somehow this man was able to get, allegedly, an attractive Dutch wife. When I say Dutch, like an actual Dutch woman, not like a Dutch wife on a ship or anything. And they had a daughter in Holland. He decided to abandon her and go back to America to hang out with these weird like chicks that like wear Harry Potter pajamas out in public.
Now, Styx isn't actually a Satanist. At least
Jesus. I feel like we're watching the ContraPoints or something. What's going on here?
It's not anymore. He used to be, but disavowed it a long time ago.
I am a former Satanist. Around 2010, 2011, I was a self-proclaimed independent Satanist. First and foremost, never joined the Church of Satan, never even supported them. To tell the truth, thought it was gimmicky. Satanism is a radical ideology of self-preservation and indulgence. It's atheistic in form. It doesn't have anything to do with worshiping the devil, and the vast majority of self-proclaimed Satanists you'd ever meet do not believe in Satan.
See, Satanism is just goofy. It's a bunch of LARPing atheists pretending, for the most part, that they worship Satan mainly to mock Christianity. And
yeah, it's actually like the embodiment of like the Reddit atheist. They're just trying to make people mad. It's just like some people just can't go through their day being normal. They have to be trying to like, oh, you must be pretty upset about this, right? Like, no, not really. Like, do whatever you want, weirdo.
That ain't the case for Styx in his occultism. It wasn't just a phase he went through to make his religious parents mad. He really does take this stuff seriously. Tarl's history with spirits, especially the residents of hell, goes back to when he was a kid. He's always been in touch with demons. Occasionally, a little too.
You know what's crazy is that in university, I had this haircut as well. For like the first 2 years of university, I had this haircut. Then I shaved my head. Well, I didn't shave my head, but I got a haircut. And I've had short hair ever since.
Goes back to when he was a kid. He's always been in touch with demons. Occasionally, a little too in touch.
Cooking Inferno, my 2 succubi, names withheld, should help. Get yourself some succubi. Had one once. I was on Salvia Divinorum one time and had sex with a demon.
I guarantee you that when Styx wasn't making content, he was over on X asking them how to summon the succubus. X used to be pretty funny. There was like creepypasta over there, like Slenderman, SCP stories, all sorts of things. It used to be pretty entertaining to go on X. And then it devolved at one point to just, how do I summon a succubus to suck my D?
I'm not going to bother explaining further.
But the one demonic entity encounter that changed his life the most was with a spirit named Stolas.
I've told the tale, of course, when I was younger, when I was quite little. I don't even think I was in elementary school yet. I don't even think I was in kindergarten yet. I saw a demon. Specifically, later on, I identified it as Stolas from the Ars Goetia or something akin to that.
He's one of the 72 demons.
Okay, I was wrong. It's 72 demons, not 99. Okay, I was pretty close, though, to be fair.
King Solomon summoned to put to work on his plantation while he sipped on sweet tea. Despite Stolas' greatest claim to fame being one of 72 unpaid day laborers for the horniest Jew of all time, Styx resonated strongly with him. This brings me to a very interesting quirk of Styx, among many. It's not just that he worships an owl demon. Quite a few people, LARPers and true believers, worship demons and devils.
I'm going to be honest. Hold on a second. Oops.
Owl demon. Quite a few people.
I'm going to be honest, as edgy and as cringe as this Satanist grift thing is, it kind of looks like fun to dress up in a cloak and just like, you know, light some candles and be a bit edgy. It's like a Halloween party, right? I wonder what different colors these cloaks come in. I actually really enjoy wearing cloaks and coats and things like that. I had a really nice cloak once, and then I could never find it again after I got rid of it. It was a good time. I would like go around in the snow wearing it. It was fantastic.
LARPers and true believers worship demons and devils. What makes Styx in particular stands out is how he venerates his owl daddy. He ain't cutting wrists, offering animal sacrifices, or having ritualistic orgies in his infernal lord's name. His relationship to Stolas is that of an entity he puts his complete trust in, a spiritual companion who guides him through turbulent periods of his life, who's helped him grow and develop as a person, and who he shares a strong affinity and personal bond with. Now, some of you are probably thinking, Mikey, isn't that just Christianity without Jesus? Yeah, basically. Stolas is Tarl's surrogate Jesus. He's different though, because, you know, he's an owl and he teaches people about plants and minerals and shit. And he also won't woke scold Tarl about drinking too much or fucking BPD hoes raw and then talk no jutsuing them into abortions.
Well, I guess look at how this all wraps back around to the previous segment. You know, if there was one animal that was most like demon coded, it's definitely owls. I love owls. They're so adorable and cute. But if you see an owl without feathers, like a baby owl, there is nothing on this planet, perhaps something in the ocean, that looks more like a demon than a featherless owl. Like, look at like owlets. I think they're called owlets, like baby owls. They look so fucking creepy, and their skeletons are so weird because like they're all like fluffy and shit. So they look like plushies basically. But without that shit, there's some weird shit. It's like Eugenia Cooney demon like creepy stuff.
Wondering why that last one sounded so specific? Just bookmark it. We'll be coming back.
This is defamation. Birds are based. Okay, you're clearly in your 20s. When you hit 30, birds are gonna go fucking hard, and you're gonna appreciate them.
Later. Styx's history with occultism is so long, girthy, and robust that it's worth a whole video in and of itself. Bro has a WordPress site dedicated to it and has published several books specifically on this topic. But the other side of Styx that would earn him his YouTube popularity and briefly let him break over 500,000 subs was his political commentary. Now, credit where credit is due.
Hey, look at supporting. How old is this video? Jeremy still has... There has never been one video you can find a well-rested Jeremy. His eyes are like clams. They don't even look like they're attached to his body. It's like some sort of claymation character, you know, where you can like see the different color clay. I mean, maybe Jeremy is made of clay. Maybe he's a golem or something.
The Quartering, where he just started leaning into politics after spending years making non-political content. Styx has been using his channel to yap about politics for as long as he's been yapping about demons and conspiracy theories. Initially,
he has Simpson eyes. Hold on, let me play a quick Simpsons clip to see if that's actually true.
Let's just say it moved me to a bigger house. Oops, I said the quiet part loud and the loud part quiet. Oh, dear.
Yeah, it is.
Let's just say it.
No, I played it twice. There we go. Oops, that was a mistake.
Cult and conspiracy theories got more views on average than the political ones, the occasional political commentary banger notwithstanding. This would gradually change as we entered 2016, and the election cycle that year started revving up. Styx was an active commentator throughout it, talking about his happenings, bashing the establishment.
What is this chart supposed to illustrate? Anarchy and authority. Can anyone decode this? Does anyone know what this video is? Like, what does this mean? N-Pulse gifted a rage quit saying, all the birds died in 1986 due to the Reagan killing them and replacing them with spies that are now watching us. The birds work for the bourgeoisie. I saw a very funny like artist that was like making these birds. It's like bird statues that have cameras for heads. And he's just posting them around in places where there's a bunch of tweakers to make them freak out and think the government is actually watching them through birds. It's very, very creative art pieces.
Establishment and old media's coverage of it, and going off a lot about why Hillary Clinton was a terrible candidate. He would also scrub through the WikiLeaks controversy thoroughly. Styx made clear, though.
All right, he's apparently Winston the Ego Respecter has the answers for this. I remember that video. He's describing cone theory, an alternative to horseshoe theory, all right?
That he wasn't automatically a Trump superfan with a MAGA tramp stamp just because he was railing against Clinton.
Do not confuse my disdain for Hillary Clinton as being adulation of, worship of, or blind approval of Donald Trump or Donald Trump's policies.
The anti-Clinton content in particular is what really got Styx's channel popping among a non-occult audience, with those videos getting consistently good views, including a viral doozy of a vid from Styx he posted just a few days before the election called, "The Clintons May Be Involved in Child Trafficking."
All right, YouTube,
I mean, I think we all know that's true though, right?
WikiLeaks actually tweeted out an infographic which had been compiled by Reddit on, I believe, R the Donald, involving a person called Laura Silsby, who may be involved with the Clintons on a business level on multiple occasions. So the Clintons may be involved in child trafficking.
Before election night even came, Tarl's political commentator, news slopper star was already shining in the sky like Lucifer. Before he started causing trouble at home and his big bro Michael had to whoop that ass. Styx, while still not a mega MAGA.
Do you remember the time? Where were you during the Hillary Clinton debates? It was a simpler time where you could make people mad by just liking a post by the Donald. It was so funny. I remember at the time I was living in a place with many, many Michigan lesbians, and they got very upset at my comments they thought I was just trolling. They thought I was just trolling, but I wasn't. Oh, dear, dear, dear. How the years go past us. Didn't Donald Trump just hit 80 years old? Kind of crazy, really. The best years. It was a fun time. It was a simpler time.
millennial or even that much of a conservative found himself solidly on the right side of the aisle just on the basis of deeming Hillary the worst option available on the left. And come election night, a lot of people agreed. Styx would take a short victory lap for calling the election more accurately than most, including pretty much all of the media. And this is where Styx's MAGA journey would begin. But again, he wasn't going to go with the usual right-wing grifter strat and play pretend Christian conservative for easy views. Styx already...
Start a poll. Do you think Donald Trump will die before the end of his term? I won't start a poll, but I'll put the ones that... Post 1 if you think Donald Trump's going to make it to the end of his term. 2 if you think he's not going to make it. I think he's going to make it. I mean... The man is pretty healthy for, I mean, he's pretty fat. If we're being honest, he's fat, but he doesn't do nicotine. He doesn't do alcohol or anything. I think he's going to make it. He doesn't seem like he's in cognitive decline or anything like that. Not like Biden, at least. It's so funny now that Biden being like a mongoloid was like, just everyone just accepts it. And everyone that was like sweeping for him is like, yeah, well, we just had to get through these years. I think he's going to make it. Okay. We'll see though. I mean, maybe if he gets shot again. He's already survived 2 something, so I think the 3rd time's the charm, really. You know? He can't keep getting away with it unless, like, Shinzo Abe really is, like, protecting him with, like, a shield of, like, Japanese ghost energy or something.
Already had his own spiritual and political beliefs. The libertarian demon owl devotee persona wasn't going anywhere. Styx would become very supportive towards Trump, however, seeing him as the...
Trump fell asleep at the UFC, X to doubt. That's because watching people fight is boring, okay? If you're entertained by the UFC, I'm afraid you probably belong on Jeremy's farm for the specially abled, okay? Oh, let's watch a bunch of sweaty men punch each other. So I'm just joking. If you enjoy it, that's fine. I don't watch any sports. I have no interest in sports whatsoever. Although in-person sports is more fun, I think, like if you're actually there, obviously. Take. I know this is going to be controversial, but I don't watch people fight. I don't watch any people do shit. The only sport that I watch is StarCraft 2. It's the only one that matters, okay? It's the only one that really takes skill and also physicality. We have the APM of having 300, 400 actions per minute, especially if you're fighting against these like Korean, like tweaking Zergs, like Cyril. Well, I mean, he's not like really Korean, but he's better than the Koreans, okay? We finally have a white person on top in the StarCraft 2 world, and the game is dead now, so it sucks.
The anti-establishment figure that, while highly flawed, America could still use at the moment. Him hopping aboard the MAGA Express would see his channel grow even faster, as with his participation in debates with other political influencers and commentators, from the skeptics to the dissident right. Styx would debate Nick Fuentes twice, and he'd be part of an infamous Worski live debate stream featuring the all-star cast of Carl Sarganavacab Benjamin, Joseph Pierre Gerpi.
They still haven't found Mama Giaf. She is literally a potato who's been mashed. It's Worski. Worski's everywhere, okay? They're gonna have to. You don't have to show Worski on screen being somewhere because he's just been everywhere, okay? He's anywhere and everywhere at once. They need to make StarCraft 3. They actually might be making it at BlizzCon this year. They're going to announce, I think, in November, a bunch of new StarCraft projects because Microsoft is forcing Blizzard to get off the pot with their IPs. So apparently, there's going to be a StarCraft-based shooter that might be similar to Arc Raiders, or maybe like, I guess probably more like, what is that? Helldivers, which would be kind of interesting, I guess. I don't have much faith in it, but I want to believe. I want to have that hopium again. I remember when StarCraft 2 came out, I was so hyped, and then we had to go through Wings of Liberty, and it was like bullshit.
Richard Spencer and himself. All the autism and fallout from this stream in particular made Styx have to stress again that he wasn't part of any clique or internet faction or even really a conservative at all.
Here's something that I've noted, and it's really mostly it's in the wake of the Spencer debate. I can assume that probably the reason why is that debate sort of encapsulated the debate between the hegemonic core of the alt-right and the hegemonic core of maybe the skeptics or people associated with Sargon or his general mentality. Like when you get creators and they have a disagreement, all their fans, they suddenly become so polarized. It's like looking at 2 groups of football fans. Again, I'm not a fucking football team, dude. I'm a content creator. I don't have any enemies. Look, there are no enemies for me online.
He was his own.
This is kind of a good take, honestly. People do just like rally behind the favorite shirt.
Man on his own hippie libertarian journey who didn't want to be shackled by dumb labels. He didn't care about all that. He didn't care about his videos getting demonetized either. He just accepted that it came with the game he was playing, and like a proper capitalist and self-sustaining libertarian, made digital revenue from
I like it how N-word Joe posted to be at the exact moment that screenshot came up.
Multiple streams and platforms.
One thing that I did long ago is I realized that the ad-driven internet was a bad idea. So I don't have ads on my YouTube videos. If you're seeing an ad at all, it's there due to some copyright glitch or something.
Here's why Styx is retarded, though. Because YouTube's going to play ads on your videos anyway. So while you can say this take and get funded by your fans, that does work, not playing ads on your videos is just giving the ads to YouTube. They're still gonna do that. They're not gonna. There's never gonna be an ad-free video. So you may as well at least take the money from YouTube's hands.
So I started taking donations.
I love advertisement.
There are links in the description to Patreon and Subscribestar. I started selling books. I've got over 200 volumes available as of making this video.
While some of these books were just reformatted public domain occult texts he had just published online, some were about his own original occultic studies, and some were full of peak fiction like the following. Manson continues to beat Satan over the head for some time with the helpless Hellion on the floor, crying, putting up no resistance at all, as he's too injured to do so. With one almighty swing and the aid of a toaster, Satan is dazed as his skull is impacted. Seeing their leader gasping on the floor and too confused to do anything, the demons simply grab pitchforks and begin dancing around him, stabbing him in the cock with their weapons and laughing. Satan cries out in chagrin as Manson plots a little more revenge for Satan's naughty behavior. He removes the now cooled iron from Satan's dick and rips his own pants off, the violence making him horny, and slams his own 8-inch member into the...
Man, it's like, where's God in this conversation?
Some were books about botany, which is another passion of...
That was from Morbid Stories, 6 Stories for Sick Minds, Volume 1 from Tal Warwick. I believe you can get this on Amazon. I wouldn't recommend picking it up, though.
Styx's. He ain't no stranger to herbs. One of the reasons for his strong affinity to Stolas is because Stolas is all about teaching his cultists about that herb and how to blaze it up just right. To be clear, Styx doesn't really care about Mary Jane. He's more of a Gwen Stacy or Felicia Hardy type of guy, and didn't grow any cannabis in his own meticulously maintained garden. Bro took his greenery very seriously. He had Botany 101 dedicated to his psychedelic homesteading activities.
Episode 3, Salvia Divina.
I like this cat is like judging him in the background. That's a very cute boy right there. One of the things I did when I was a cringe teenager is I tried to make my own grimoire / tome thing where I got like an entire ream of paper, like 500 pieces of paper. And then I would, like what I would use to, like, this is kind of like some deepest lore about me being cringe. I mean, everyone's got a cringe past. This is the thing. But like, fortunately, people of my generation don't have to worry about it being recorded by cell phones. So one of the cringe things that I would do is I would stay up all night on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which probably is why I've got sleeping problems, honestly. When I like every weekend, like clockwork, I was staying up all fucking night on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then like crashing out and having a terrible Monday. And I would get like a liter of coffee or something and a bunch of carrots, and I'd just go like chew on the carrots and play video games and drink coffee all night. But one of the things I did was I tried to make I wanted to make a book. So I did make a book. Like I got 500 pieces of paper from a fresh ream of paper, and then I would steal my dad's power tools and I would like drill through the book so that it had like the holes there, and then I would thread through it, and then I made like a wooden cover, and I scribbled in like a sigil and things like that, and then I was just going to put anything that I thought was cool I'd put in the book. So there was no rhyme or reason to this. It would just have like little silly things that I would do, like I would make up my own like symbols and languages and things like that. And then I'd put like recipes for like stuff like gunpowder, just out of curiosity, right? Like I was just like, oh, interesting. What if like technology breaks tomorrow? I better write down how we make gunpowder because I don't know. And I think I got like maybe 100 pages out of the 500 pages finished. And then by the time I hit 18, I looked at it and I was like so embarrassed. And I remember that I had to stay up one final night to burn it. Because we had a fireplace when I was a kid. And I was like, I think it was like I was just about to hit 18, and I was like, oh, this is so fucking cringe. And then I was like, I waited till the entire family went to sleep, and then I like made a fire in the living room in the fireplace. And then I just watched it burn. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've got to delete all of this evidence. And I think I got everything that was cringe from my childhood. And I just got rid of it. So it's lost media, yeah. But what's unfortunate is I had some pretty good I used to be pretty good at drawing, and I had some illustrations in there too. I do have another book that I started making like a new one, but like just not as cringe, where it's just like a few silly things that I've shown on stream before, where I have like illustrations of the Stargate from Stargate SG-1 or the movie, which is pretty good. Yeah, it's the Lost Manifesto. Exactly, that's what it is. I was pretty happy with it. I would make like treasure chests too. Like when I was a kid, I was kind of obsessed with treasure chests, or like little lock boxes. So I had this old shelf that I like took apart and I turned it into like a lockbox, and then I scribbled in this really cool like sigil of the orcs from Lord of the Rings on the front of it, and I had like a lock and key, because I think kids are obsessed with privacy. You know, like you live with these parents and stuff for a long time. You just want to have like your own space where there's like no one can see your like, I don't know, whatever the fucking things you're collecting or like stuff like that. Things that are important too. I think it's very healthy for kids to have their own like private areas and things like that. Very cute. I think it was good. I remember when I kept that box well into my adult life because it was just very well constructed, and it was one of my 2 a.m. projects. Like every week, I tried to make a project for myself to do like in the middle of the night. It was a lot of fun, honestly. Good times. And then sometimes my friend would like sneak into my backyard and like knock on my window at like 3 a.m. and see if I was up. And then we'd like walk around the town like at midnight, just like doing nothing basically. It was fun. Good times. Good times. Anyway, sorry, that's my cringe segment over.
Menorah. I decided
please never
I was
mention
going
it
to
again.
Play it safe. I got a 5x extract and smoked a very small amount of it my first time. You're going to see weird shit. It causes full-on visual hallucinations beyond LSD.
Yes, we did
beyond
do this.
Psilocybin. On my most funny trip, I took roughly a bowl of 10x extract. I took several large hits of it. I was on.
When are you going to pull out the pirate hat? I didn't have a pirate hat, but I did have a Soviet Union style hat because my dad's friend went to Russia like after the Soviet Union ended, and then she traded a can of Coke for like one of those woolly hats with the hammer and sickle on the front, and it was really high quality. And it gave it to my dad as a gift, and I would. There is some pictures of me as a teenager wearing that and like LARPing as part of the Soviet Union. But I was never a communist. This is the thing. The only reason I like this hat is because of Red Alert 2 and Red Alert, because I would always play the Soviets in that game. So I really like the Soviet aesthetic, but I don't like their values.
On the phone with my friend at the time, and it kicked in, and my computer began to change. I saw it smoking, like the top of the computer was melting into the ceiling, like it was dissolving. The keyboard turned into a cobblestone road, and I felt myself pulled down it, and to me, it felt like I was walking down this road. And apparently what I told my friend, and I was sort of half out of it at the time, of course, because Salvia.
Space? Is that the one place that's free from capitalism? Space. I think that's Red Alert 3 though, right?
Now, some of you psychedelic skeptics might ask, Mikey, couldn't Styx putting himself through all that disruptive brain chemistry experimentation for so long have had long-term consequences on his cognitive state in the future? I mean, yeah, it's possible. But the more obvious culprit in Tarl's eventual cognitive decline is his drinking problem. While every other substance he puts in his body for spiritual research purposes has been somewhat well-regulated, the liquid spirits have been a whole nother story. But the thing is, unlike somebody like the Quartering or Only Use Me Blade, who've been slaves to the bottles since they've had their first drink, Styx recognized how bad his drinking habit was and how it was affecting his life and decided to quit. Yes, Styx actually did, back in June of 2017, announce that he had quit drinking.
That's so nice. Like everyone on Team Jeremy's quit drinking for 2 days. You got Styx and you got Jeremy himself.
Now, this could have all just been talk with Styx still taking shots behind the scenes, but it did look like Styx was really trying to make a change. See, by the latter part of 2017, he was starting a self-transformation.
I believe that's a monarch butterfly cocoon, right? One thing that we did when we were kids as well was we would actually like, we had a lot of milkweed plants near our house, which is what the monarchs eat. So I don't even remember, I guess it's like summer or spring or something. We had like so many monarch butterfly caterpillars, and we would like, make little houses and things for them. It was a lot of fun. I love butterflies. They're so cute. But people in Asia fucking hate butterflies. They get like, if you see a butterfly on a train in Japan, people start freaking the fuck out like it's a zombie apocalypse, or like it's like a gaijin just walked in there with a knife or something. But like I used to go to butterfly farms in Australia as a kid too. It's like so fun. You just walk into a big greenhouse and there's like 1,000 butterflies everywhere. But that's like a nightmare for Japanese people. I'm very much looking forward to taking my my girlfriend to Australia so that she can see a butterfly farm and freak the fuck out for a couple hours.
Journey, a metamorphosis of sorts.
Yeah, it
and
is a
not
monarch.
just the
I was
dyeing
right.
your hair and turning
He's
bisexual
gay.
sort. He was entering a point of his life where he was starting to cross-examine his vices and excesses and get himself in order. This is something I call the rail clutch. It's when somebody momentarily enters a state of metacognition when it comes to their own self-destructive tendencies and tries to abruptly change course before they go off the rails.
Is this true, BobTube? If true, very cool.
My experience while making lolcow documentaries, rail clutching is pretty common. Almost every person who has eventually become a lolcow has had at least one major rail clutch phase in their life.
Do your best Japanese accent? No.
Lives. They almost always end up failing and becoming lolcows anyway, but they did try to course correct at one point. In late 2017 was the beginning of Styx's rail clutching arc, and it started with him laying off the sauce for good. So far as was verifiable, the only thing Styx was drinking besides water after his sobriety announcement was coffee, which he always clanked his fucking spoon in.
What do you think? Is he drinking coffee brand coffee? That'd be fun if it was.
If you're interested in things like this, you can get your coffee on in the morning, and you can drink out of your own Styx mug. And you should definitely clank. Leave your spoon in when you're drinking coffee. It makes it taste better. Trust me, it's just the way it works.
That shit was so annoying.
Check the photo sections of Discord with 1,000 kicks. All right, let me take a quick look. What here?
Dude got made into a meme, and he ended up giving his fans some goofy ass nickname based.
Oh yeah, okay. You do actually collect hats. Can I show this? If you join as a member on YouTube, you get access to the Discord, by the way. Oh, that's pretty cool. Now wait a minute. One of these hats is not like the other. I'm noticing. Is that a real one? Holy shit. It's pretty based, honestly. Look at those. Those are some nice hats, though. Those are pretty cool.
The Clankers.
All right, everyone, it is time for the final clanker mobilization of the 2010s. We're going into a whole new decade.
Nigga was calling his fans a slur for AI back in the 2010s.
He
now, his
invented it?
loyalty and fealty to his fiery owl daddy Stolas was not one of the things Styx was going to change during his rail clutch arc. Something he would decide to quit besides booze was his hoes. The dark trinity Styx, Hex, and Hammer's life has revolved around has been Stolas, booze, and mentally unstable women. Styx's sexual conquest might be the greatest evidence that he might actually be getting.
Which of those is the most deadly? How would you rank this? Like, just post in the chat what you think is most destructive to the mind. Drugs, booze, or women?
Some
Not even
juice from
once.
Stolas, because this guy has been getting way more ass than any demon-worshipping hippie from Vermont named Tarl ever should have. I mean, he's been running through them. Not just across state lines either, but across the sea. He had birds nested over in Europa, flying across the
chat is actually working together. They have one answer in mind.
Atlantic just to hook up with Stolas' top guy. Bro was really trying to channel his inner King Solomon. We actually know quite a bit about some of the girls Styx was messing with, because several of his exes have congregated within Styx's Kiwi Farms thread.
Wait a second, Mikey. You use light mode on the Kiwi Farms? I'm not sure if I can. I'm not sure we can continue this video anymore. Like, I'm gonna flashbang myself at to be fair, it's 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Probably should stop living in this dungeon of apartment of mine. Anyway, what I was going to say is that, like, I think of all the exes that have turned on Styx and have gossiped about him, apparently the Dutch wife with the child is the only one that's kept silent, and apparently she's just like a normal chick or something. So it makes me wonder how she even met Styx in the first place. Because apparently she's quite attractive, right? And quite a catch, quite a nice lady. So of course Carl decided to dispose of her and go back to the crazies in America.
All sorts of dirty laundry about Tarl and about each other. While a lot of it is fun to read,
Mikey hates night mode. Okay.
It is ultimately just a bunch of bitter, jilted women spreading he said, she said about an ex-boyfriend they can't stand and hate they ever hooked up with. So we're going to have to pepper any info they share with a mountain of salt unless they come packaged with actual receipts attached, like DMs or video, which they rarely do. Still, they do give a good impression of just how messy Styx's life has been behind the scenes and why he had to say sayonara to all of it. And he'd do even more than that. Tarl would tie the knot, and it wouldn't be with any.
This is like, what the fuck? All right, I don't believe in looks matching or anything like that. Like, I don't believe in, like, someone's out of your league or something like that. This is the chick he left? This is the chick he left? What the fuck? It's like Elsa or some shit. Like an actual, like, Norwegian princess. And he decided to let it go? That's the biggest fucking L I think I've ever seen somebody take. Like, big fucking downgrade. Because I've seen the women that he was dating afterwards. This is actually shocking. This is the first time I've seen her picture. I guess there is like, to be fair, I have heard there was a very wise phrase that someone once said where it's like, no matter how attractive a woman you see in real life or walking past, just know that there's one guy that's sick of her shit. So if you're ever wandering around, like, if you ever wonder, like, why would he, like, ditch her or something, there's always going to be some dude that's sick of this chick shit.
Members of his BPD harem. It would be with a cute Dutch YouTuber named Elizabeth Philosophy. This announcement of Styx getting hitched.
Elizabeth is a nice name too. That's the thing. Like, I'm very superficial when it comes to names. If someone has a weird name, I won't associate with them.
Several of his already bitter ex-lovers to get even more bitter, but they weren't a concern anymore. Styx was on a new path, and he would even do the unthinkable and finally move out of his parents' house so he could go overseas and settle down with Liz in the Netherlands.
All right, everyone. It's time for a little bit of an update here. This is the Netherlands. It is actually the city of Amsterdam. And for those of you who don't know, this is Elizabeth's philosophy. Actually, my wife. We've gotten married.
Styx really had left all the old BS behind him and now had a pretty wife, a new quiet life in Holland, and all while still being a successful content creator and self-publisher.
First and foremost, I would say this. I am happily married. I looked back at the life that I had been leading for, quite some time prior to my marriage, and I was unsatisfied with it. I was a drunken wreck for a lot of it and also kind of neurotic. There were times when I was unfaithful to those that I was with. What I have done is I looked back at my drunken, stupid self, and I decided to make a change. And I decided that I didn't want to wake up at 40 with cirrhosis.
I can see there's you can see the chapter is about to like change. This is crazy, like the Styx versus Styx. Like, what if this is like, we're in the good dimension and this documentary actually turns out with like Styx like getting healthy, he gets fit. Because he looks good. Like he does look good here. I mean, the hair could use a haircut, whatever. But he looks healthy. He's got all his teeth. He's got a hot Dutch wife. Everything's working out great for him. How could he possibly fumble this and turn to be a 40-year-old with cirrhosis, which is exactly what's happened right now? He stole it. Like, it's all Stolas's fault. Yeah, I guess so.
I didn't want to wake up at 50 completely alone. I didn't want to get demented from drinking too much or, get fucked over so no one would ever care about me again. I looked at my life, decided it was on the wrong course, and decided to change.
The rail had been successfully clutched. But then Stolas was like, hey, it'd be really funny? Styx's relocation to the Netherlands with Liz initially didn't go as smooth as he hoped because bro would start putting out SOS tweets not even a year into moving.
I need Amsterdam subs to help me leave.
They're saying he needs somebody to save him from Amsterdam. He was so rattled he couldn't even make videos or stream like usual for a little while. I guess there was just something about the beautiful, cultured, low-crime city of Amsterdam that was simply too much for this literal demon worshiper.
That's nice there. I've never been there. I've never been to Europe, chat. Should I go to Europe one day? Or should I just stay in my bedroom?
How tough it was to get situated because he couldn't speak Dutch really goes to show how much of a socially retarded recluse he is. Because if he had tried speaking to any random Dutchman even once, he'd quickly realize you don't really need to know Dutch to navigate the Netherlands as an English speaker because the Netherlands has an English fluency rate of like 95%. Literally the most English fluent country in the world that doesn't have English as his native language. There's a very strong possibility that the only people Styx interacted with while—
Where do I want to go in Europe? Everywhere. I think it'd just be cool. Just take a trip, I'm pretty sure you can drive across Europe in like a week, right? It's pretty small. It's not like America or some shit where it takes like 3 days to get out of one state.
He was in the Netherlands this whole time was his wife and her family. Oh, and a drug dealer. Styx apparently had a run-in with a drug dealer that had him internet tough guy posting on Twitter about how totally not scared of him he was. Bit weird how the only Dutch local aside from Liz and her family he could interact with was this drug dealer, but whatever. Nothing came of all this crybaby behavior from Styx, and the following year was pretty damn nice for him, all things considered. COVID hit the Netherlands like it hit everywhere else, but considering Styx already worked from home, didn't talk to people besides his wife and her family, and didn't go outside, period, it really didn't affect him that much. 2020 was actually an especially good year for Styx because he got retweeted by Donald Trump himself.
Wait, what? Really? Donald J. Trump retweeted Styx Exam saying the Hunter Biden email bombshell prompted massive damage control by the legacy media and rapid censorship campaigns by Twitter and Facebook, which has backfired. Well, that's a crazy get. Like, Jeremy could only dream of this, right?
October of that year.
All right, everyone, it's time for a fun moment here, which is that the other day I got retweeted by the president, that is President Trump, and when I first got a couple of messages on Twitter saying, oh, congratulations, I'm like, what?
Tarl, in return, told the orange man with the plan that
thank you, Mr. President, very cool.
He had his vote. It didn't help. Still, Styx was really grateful about that retweet because he really needed it. His channel had been losing steam since 2019, and so had his Patreon. After the election from 2021 to 2022, Styx would go an entire year without permanently gaining any subs. In fact, he would slightly lose a few. His channel was stagnant, stuck in stasis. For some reason, Stolas wasn't giving him that same juice he was before. He was leaving his boy a little dry for some reason. But a few blessings still did come Styx's way, with the biggest one being him and Liz having having a kid in April of 2022.
All right, everyone, I have very, very happy news. You may have been wondering, oh, it's kind of late. Styx hasn't uploaded. I am now a father. Our daughter was indeed born this morning.
This really was the crescendo of Styx Hexenhammer 666's life. He was happily married in Europe with a pretty wife, a little girl, and a stable, albeit stagnant income. His channel wasn't booming like it was before, but he still got decent views on his vids and streams. It was still moving a good number of books each month. It looked like things couldn't get better for Taro. And they didn't. Taro would live his dream life for another year and a half after his daughter's birth before he had to abruptly head back to the States. And
I don't know, maybe it does come up here in this documentary because I haven't pre-watched this. But like, why would he leave though? Like, it seems like everything was working out just like, what is the deal with internet creators and just like having exactly what most people want and then just deciding, you know what, let's just roll the dice on it one more time and then coming up snake eyes. It keeps fucking, I've seen it too many times. Is this just the fate of everyone on the internet to fuck up their life at some point? Is it the hubris from the parasocial relationship? What actually causes this? Because internet makes people retarded. There you go. I think that's it. We've got them, boys.
Initially, he and Liz portrayed this as a temporary thing, not even a separation really. It was just Styx going back to America for a holiday or something. But people started noticing that Styx's wedding ring finger was awfully naked in his newer vids. Despite reassurances from Liz and Styx, he had in fact permanently returned to the United States.
All right, everyone, I'm back, literally back in the USSA. I've had a...
This is perhaps the most cringe combination I've ever seen. So you've got his Stolas plushie over here. He's got all of his like Rumble. Maybe it's the Rumble thing. Maybe that's what makes people retarded, having the Rumble tower in your room, emanating Rumble radiation. It is green after all. But you've got your like leather jacket with like shoulder pads. You've got your Make America Great Again hat. And then you've got your Has-Been Hotel Stolas t-shirt.
Very bizarre experience the last few days. It's crazy, actually.
Now, Styx would put out some cryptic-ass tweets about vindictive exes near the end of 2023, and when pressed about what was going on, said he was assaulted by a drug dealer and forced to leave the Netherlands because of it. Which
come up to Michigan, it's white, it's peaceful. I actually know a lot of people in Michigan. Because when I was living in Shiga, Michigan had like a sister city or sister state relationship. So there's like so many fucking people from Michigan, I know. Unironically, it does look like a nice place though.
Is just insane. So let me get this straight. You apparently got either fucked up or just
showing me how to do
really
that thing with the
hard
hands and everything.
Like you were Ziggy from The Wire. Supposedly the same drug dealer you were seething about before. And instead of reporting this drug dealer who's threatened your life to the Dutch authorities, you just caught a flight back to safety across the Atlantic and didn't bring your family with you. You just left your wife and kid in the same city where this dangerous drug dealer threatening your life and has it out for you is still living. Sorry, Tara, but this story just ain't adding up. There are alternate retellings of Styx's relocation story that make more sense, with the most popular one being that Styx fell back into his old vices, boozing it up and flirting with women behind his lady's back. Now look, when you're a bachelor with no kids, getting drunk all the time and cheating.
What a photo. This guy's living his best life. He's like, he's down with it.
On your girl is one thing. Once you get married and have a kid, expectations for your behavior change. But apparently Taro disagrees. Another theory comes from one of Styx's many vindictive exes who post on the Kiwi Farms, Jade. Jade said that Styx had once gotten so drunk one night that he ended up putting Liz in a headlock. This resulted in a male relative of Elizabeth laying hands on Taro in return and teaching him to keep his to himself. And Styx ran away from Europe in fear. Yeah, we got nothing to really corroborate the story of Jade's beside Jade's own words. Jade has met Liz in person, but Elizabeth herself hasn't lobbed any accusations like this against Styx. So this is ultimately just more he said, she said.
Do you think this happened or not? Is this the reason? I don't think so. I don't know. Like this doesn't track. Well, to be fair, that Styx is abusing his current girlfriend, so maybe. Sounds legit. I don't know.
Again, while it's interesting and fun to read the slander Taro's former girlfriends and side pieces share about him, you gotta take what they say with a grain of salt. I will say, based on what would transpire later about Styx, this story of Jade's isn't 100% unbelievable, but less because Taro showed us that he was on some Ike Turner type timing and liked to play rock'em sock'em with women, and more because he showed us that when he's away from his parents and is in the presence of alcohol of questionable quality and women of even more questionable quality, Styx makes very, very unwise decisions.
Speaking of alcohol of dubious circumstances, I still have that like Jankum or whatever it's called. Not Jankum, the toilet wine. I've got it. I've got to re-rack that shit. It's been sitting there since winter. It's been sitting on the lease for months, so it might be shit now. I might have ruined
Styx did
it.
not waste any time whatsoever when it came to getting back into the field after abruptly separating from his family back in Europe. His new girlfriend was one Samantha Keister. Well, she wasn't really—
What a fucking like, this is the biggest fucking downgrade in history.
No, she was an old flame of Styx from before he got married. And she is nuts, bro. For starters, she has been one of the girlfriends of Taro, who have been part of his Kiwi Farms thread for pretty much as long as the thread's been around under the name Lilith. And she's shared tons of info, not just about—
Look, any woman, like I told you, I judge people by their names quite frequently. Like anything like Lilith, anything like that, that's some real like red flags right fucking there. I'm sorry, there's no good people called Lilith or Lilith or anything. There's just demon coded stuff. You just stay away from that stuff.
Styx and some of his other exes, but also about herself. She literally doxed herself in another person's Kiwi Farms thread. Now, this isn't unique to her. A lot of Taro's girlfriends have overshared information about themselves in this thread. Now, because Sam was so gracious as to dox herself, we know that she herself was also married and separated from her own family prior to her linking up with Styx. She also lost custody of her kids, which you damn near gotta be slitting your own wrist in front of the judge to do if you're a woman in a custody battle.
I have never seen a single episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but all of the Michigan people I know were like talking about it like it's like the second coming of Jesus Christ or something. Is it anime? We don't know. It's so good. I'm like, I never watched any of it.
Again, to be
the only thing I even know about it from is like watching ER videos where he talks about the Legend of Korra or some shit. Watch it, it's good. I probably won't. There's a lot of good shit that I can watch, but it's just like I never actually watch it.
Fair to say, she's not the only woman Styx has been involved with who lost a custody battle. Stolas' top guy really knows how to pick him. Now, another thing, and this is according to Sam, who is nuts, she almost had another kid with Taro, but Taro coerced her into drinking Mission Abort tea and sending future Low Man off to the heavenly server in the sky. Despite this initial rough and tumble romance with Styx, Sam was still possessive enough about his dick to try and
not the moon tea from Game of Thrones.
Convince him that Elizabeth was up to no good and that he should split up from her.
Can't you just take like a bunch of vitamin C and it does the same thing though? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to give it like, don't take this, is just don't do this. But you can like OD on like, well, not OD. I guess it would be ODing on vitamin C. Apparently, it like flushes things right out.
This was just a Lilith, a Jezebel, a Delilah looking to trim Styx's powerful flowing mane while his guard was down and force him to live a happy, peaceful family life in Europe.
This looks nice. I want to live near windmills. There's a severe lack of windmills in my country.
Home-wrecking harlot tactics of hers,
and not the bird choppers, like real windmills, like Dutch windmills.
Didn't work, but she did eventually get her wish anyway, because not only did Styx and Liz end up splitting ways, Sam got the privilege of being Taro's rebound chick. And she get to hog plenty of his hog and his attention, because despite a few trips back to the Netherlands in early 2025, it didn't look like Styx was paying that much attention to his wife or even his daughter, with Liz tweeting out one day, "Never trust or respect anyone that does not take care of their own children." Man, I wonder what could prompt a single mother to say something like that. This all made Styx and Sam two peas in a pod, or more accurately, two poor parents in a doomed relationship. The signs that there would be trouble in paradise came as early as September of 2024, when Styx got a little too tipsy and handsy with Samantha.
Hey, this is my darling.
This one, I've seen this one before. This is a weird one.
Yes.
She's wearing a t-shirt with his face on it.
No.
And a hat with his logo on it.
That's a Hall of Fame ick moment right there. It really takes—
She's got the ick.
It's a lot to get a woman you're in a relationship with to make a face like that. Styx's reaction to other people's reaction to his poor actions was to deflect all accountability onto alcohol and lack of sleep.
Yeah, some people want to troll me over my live stream last night. Look, I was completely punch drunk. Again, I've had 20 hours of fucking sleep in the last week. If I act a little bit weird or something like that, there's probably a reason for it.
I guess that makes it okay then. There's one little trick to get out of these allegations. I was tired and drinking.
I can't help it.
Yeah, he just couldn't help it. The booze possessed him. They call it spirits for a reason, you know. Styx also said right after this,
I've had insomnia since I was a little kid.
Which I found very interesting, because Styx also said that Stolas came into his life as a kid. Man, so around the time you started developing sleeping problems was also around the same time you started seeing demons. Just kind of odd how he's never made any sort of connection there. Like maybe the demon owl he swears is his infernal best friend doesn't have his best interest in mind. Nah, come on. Stolas, the demon, having bad intentions. Bro, that's the homie. He would never. Taro is his top guy. That's why he walks around swagged out in that Vizzy Pop Stolas merch. And no, I am not joking. Styx loves Vizzy Pop's version.
Yeah, this is the Stolas from Has-Been Hotel / I guess it's Hell of a Boss, but I think everyone just recognizes it Has-Been Hotel at this point.
of Stolas. He's not just a LARPer or bandwagoner who just buys the merch. He has genuinely watched the show and gave it a glowing review.
Hell of a Boss is an animated series by VivziePop, and
here's the thing. I'm gonna say something really cringe right now that people are gonna judge me for. I watched Has Been Hotel and I enjoyed it. I like the songs, okay? I think the songs are fun. It's fun, chat, okay? I watched it on Amazon Prime. However, I then went to YouTube to check out Hell of a Boss, and it is the lamest fucking show that I've ever seen. It's so fucking gay. It's all about like, let's get our demon cocks in each other's assholes. I'm not even joking, disappointed. No, like I honestly think the songs on Has Been Hotel are fun. They're catchy, okay? Hell's Best Dad is like a great one. Looks like you could use some help. Never mind. I won't get into it. I'm going to lose all of my credibility points that I've gained from whatever streams that I've done in the past. But no, like, Hell of a Boss is unwatchable. It's just very like demon, like porn goon shit. But I like the Has Been Hotel songs.
Is quite interesting. A lot of it is just like it's an animated series, so it's fictional. Very entertaining.
I mean, all of these demons are fictional, though. That's the thing.
Really like the musical score so far. I like the plot line. The characters are funny. It's deeper and better than virtually any comparison that I could make in the contemporary sense. I do like that Stolas particularly was the demon that was chosen as being one of the main protagonists within the series. I'm not gonna lie. You should definitely watch the fucking series from pilot to the recent episode. And
so, like, since I have seen this, I can actually comment on it. Stolas is the lamest fucking character. He's like a prince of hell, and he starts fucking this imp because his wife hates him, and then his daughter is like, "Fuck you, dad." That's basically the entire thing about this. So no wonder that Stolas is so attractive to Styx as a character, because he's also a deadbeat father that cheated on his wife, and his daughter now hates him. This actually makes perfect sense now that I think about it. I wonder if Mike and Amor bring this point up. But maybe it's impossible for anyone but me to come to this conclusion, because I'm the only person that actually went through the cringe of watching it, because I got tricked by watching the catchy songs on fucking Has Been Hotel.
Oh wait, the one this weekend.
When it comes to Stolas, Styx has literally said that he puts all of his faith in him and trusts him to guide him.
It's okay. I deserve to be called gay for watching this show. It's fine.
Him through each new chapter of his life. That was probably a bad.
I don't like Has Been. I don't like Hell of a Boss. That's gay. I do enjoy the songs on Has Been Hotel though.
Bad idea. Because as it turns out, when you're an alcoholic, deadbeat, insomniac who's as addicted to his vices as he is the BPD pussy, and you give the keys to your life to a fucking demon owl, bad things tend to happen. It all started tumbling down in late September when Styx took a trip to New Orleans with Samantha.
And to MMJ, no, I have not, and I don't give a shit what people post about me online. It literally means nothing to me.
That's why you're commenting on it.
I'm about to go on vacation, dude. I don't give a shit.
Styx would do what his boozer ass did best and empty a few too many bottles, which got him in his feelings, as drinking a lot tends to do. He then got in a heated argument with Samantha, who was stressing him out, as borderline brides also tend to do. These factors, among earlier ones, all coalesced together into what would snowball into a disaster for Taro, because this motherfucker would throw his phone near Samantha and hit her in the face and make her nose bleed.
You've made your bed.
Maybe she was just thinking hentai thoughts or something, though.
Elderly in it.
Well, this LD is pretty bad, though.
It makes no difference to me. You've treated me like absolute shit this entire time. I'm 1,000 miles away from my home with a person who apparently I can't trust at all as my guide.
It's like one of those Ralph tapes or something where it's like, I ain't gonna hurt you, but I will.
Do you know how that feels?
Styx would then be arrested, charged with domestic abuse and battery, and have to spend a week in a New Orleans jail where he may or may not have been jailhouse rocked by a Cajun crackhead.
All right, everyone, talk about weird times. You probably were wondering where I was for an entire week. Actually, I was in jail.
Film Talk did a good job tearing Has Been Hotel's plot apart. Yeah, like the plot on Has Been Hotel is fucking garbage. Like, none of it makes fucking sense. And the ending, like, is so cringe, where it's like all of the people get together, and then they're like, "Oh, let's use our beams of power to stop the bomb that's gonna blow up." It's so gay, the ending actually. But one of the most fun things that I like to do is like troll the fans of VivziePop, because you just go into any thread and just say the writing is bad, and they get fucking furious at you, because there's like one of the characters is like a pornography guy, like he made one of these demons is like, there's like a social media demons basically. There's a TV one, a radio one, fashion and yada yada yada. It's not important. But like one of them is he's basically a rapist. Okay, he's basically a porn star rapist, and he's mean to the other demons in hell. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's a bad guy." I'm like, do you know these are all in hell, right? Like they're all evil. You know, Angel Dust killed his father, right? He's also a sinner. They're like, no, he didn't do anything. He didn't do nothing. He's being raped by the big mean moth. And it's like they're all in hell. Deal with it. But it's the V's.
Don't worry, I'm gonna have no problem with the chart.
There's actually I'm getting a lot of shit for saying that I like the songs in this show, but there's actually one keynote moment in like the season 2 of Hazbin Hotel where like this like the TV guy singing a song about literally being the Führer. It's fucking great. That's like the lyrics in that are actually pretty good.
He wouldn't be behind bars for too long. Jeremy Hambley, of all people, would bail him out.
Like Jeremy Hambley used to have a golden tick mark. The golden tick mark you have to pay $500 a month for. What happened to that, Jeremy? It's all over.
Styx still greatly appreciates you for bailing him out in NOLA. Yeah.
I also like the Hazbin Hotel memes where it's like Hitler shows up at like Hazbin Hotel. He's like, anybody can be redeemed, right?
Well, I never got that money back.
But the thing is that Hitler isn't in Hazbin Hotel because he's not in hell.
The moment Styx's exes learned about what happened, they started popping champagne. Christmas came 3 months early. They were out here serving demonic levels of cunt over Tarl's misery.
Good morning. It seemed fitting to have a clanking spoon and a leather jacket on for this video.
All part of Stolas's plan, I guess. Now, Styx is
Have I told your girlfriend this? She couldn't watch the show. It was too cringe for her.
assured us this was not his fault. It wasn't his stupidity. It was Sam's, or the cops, or just the alcohol, making him act a little quirky again. But look, dude, if you're out here accidentally breaking noses whenever you get sloshed, it might be time to put the bottle down for good, take a step back, and reassess things. Tragically, Styx would do none of these things because his agency had long since been stolen by two things: whatever drink was in his hand at the moment, and the owl nigga he sold his soul to. And the owl nigga in question had just thought up something else that would be really funny.
Why is the N word is so good? It's so catchy. If you just say something, it's like it's such a good like modifier. But it's like people like myself can't get away with it unless I sneak it in from time to time. You know, it's so unfortunate. Because all you have to say is this N word serious, or this N word can't be fucking serious, and it's nothing really has as much impact as that. And so I'm so mad. I need some more. I need Mikey to send me some more N word passes. He gave me one and I used it up already.
Styx's poor choices resulted in one of the most devastating personal losses in his life. Being separated from his daughter, man, who cares about that? I'm talking about the state taking his firearms away for him getting in trouble with the law.
He's barely American, then. Well, can you call yourself an American male if you don't own a firearm? How is it that Nick and Tarl just don't have their guns? Their God-given right to own guns.
Tarl, being the eccentric and defiant libertarian that he is, couldn't stand the fact that the Glowies took his guns away. So he decided, fine, you want to treat me like an outlaw? I'll show you what an outlaw actually looks like. And started dressing like a fucking pirate. I guess his logic was that, hey, the pigs say I can't own guns. Gunpowder weapons are still on the table. Oh, I can't own a Glock? Well, guess what? I got that revolutionary blicky on me. That 1776 boomstick. That Davy Jones chopper. You know, I said before that Styx isn't a LARPer and takes all the quirky things he does very seriously. This is probably the...
I just noticed his mouse pad is like a Ouija board. That's super fucking cringe.
First time where he was actually LARPing. He was RPing as a pirate to spite the law. And not just any pirate.
Is this actually the deepest lore? I thought he just always was a pirate. He's just been leaning into it recently.
Either. His occult nerd autism wouldn't stop at something even that straightforward. He was going to play pretend to be...
Why does he have Vegemite and Marmite on his desk? What's the deepest lore about this? Is it because it looks like shit? I mean, Vegemite is delicious, but he's got like down in the corner here, he's got his doubloons, he's got his like musket or like machete, then he's got like a bunch of like Vegemite and Marmite. Like and I guess a jar of cum over here with a little pony in it you can't see. Can anyone tell me what that's about? That's all he eats in V8? Well, that explains his like skeletal demeanor. I mean, it's delicious, but you have to eat some actual food.
A vampire pirate.
All right, everyone, it's time for the occult video 411, Chaos and Energy Vampirism.
Because, of course, I'm a vampire.
Styx Hexenhammer 666 is a real menace because he can both blow you and suck you away. And this wasn't just something he did for a week or the better part of a month. Carl has stayed committed to this vampire persona to this day, making videos, streaming, and walking around his parents' house dressed like a Pirates of the Caribbean extra, complete with a cutlass on his waist.
Aren't pirates and like vampires like opposed in their abilities? Because like a part of being a pirate is being on a ship, and ships are exposed to sun like constantly, unless you're on some sort of sunless sea. I think the very idea of a vampire is ridiculous.
He also continues to get every day, because can you really call yourself a pirate if you're not borderline blackout drunk anytime you're not plundering for booty or getting your booty plundered? Styx has always had a drinking problem. Even he would tell you that. It's part of the reason why he initially had to stop drinking altogether a few years back. But post-separation from his wife, his drinking habits have gotten worse and worse and worse, to the point he's even discombobulated at times when he's doing his content. An ironically positive side effect of this is that he finally managed to cure his insomnia.
And it's not a guess. I live here. You know what I mean?
I remember this one.
It's just the truth of it.
Not a pointy. This
is the last time you'll see males on the Jeremy show. He gets like, if you watch Jeremy's face, he gets so fucking mad as Styx is falling asleep, which is the normal state of watching the Jeremy show, is it puts people to sleep. That's probably where his audience comes from, actually. It's just like boomers in the retirement home that are falling asleep based on his content.
Candidate now for weeks and weeks on end now. So clearly the whole Republican Party machine isn't.
What's funny is that despite going into 2025 with all these problems and shenanigans, his charges, his chaotic love life, him being estranged from his family back in Europe, and his YouTube channel continuing to underperform, Styx never stopped believing in a big guy downstairs. As a matter of fact, the opposite happened. Styx started repping Stolas' colors even harder, genuinely believing that through his own hexes and Stolas' power, he was bringing about chaos magic to destroy his enemies.
All right, everyone. New Orleans has been buried in snow. Yes, the kids are frolicking around. I'm assuming all of the schools are closed at the moment, and building snowmen. How coincidental.
Styx 100% believes this was all him and Stolas. You see, Styx isn't an ordinary black mage or warlock. No, he's a magician of chaos.
Now, you can do energetic work. I do it best when I'm in nature or when I'm laying in bed. I do chaos magic. I filter energy through myself, and I bombard a chosen target. Now, the effect can be unpredictable. There have been a few lately that I haven't bothered talking about, for example.
Not to be confused with a magician of black chaos, or a magician of black chaos max, or a dark magician of chaos, or a black chaos, the dark chaos magician.
I kind of appreciate this like Yu-Gi-Oh autism. It tickles my high school fancy. That sounds really fucking weird. I liked Yu-Gi-Oh when I was in high school.
His chaos magic has reached such a degree of mastery that, like the high-level warlock he is, Styx has created his own grimoire.
That was the warlock from the World of Warcraft intro music. Interesting, by the way.
The literary works that I've ever endeavored on have been released to the public.
By the way, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, did you guys see that like Logan Paul is so down bad for attention that he's faking card pack openings? Because like the Pokemon grift is basically being exploited to the max that is possible. So he's moved on to buying Yu-Gi-Oh boxes and opening them. But like the thing is, Yu-Gi-Oh has reprints, so the Yu-Gi-Oh cards don't gain value in the same way that Pokemon cards do. And in the original packs, it was impossible to get like 2 holos in one set. So he pulled like he's like pulling this pack, and he pulls like the right arm of Exodia or something, then the head of Exodia. That's technically impossible in the old school Yu-Gi-Oh. So he's faking card pack openings. How fucking desperate do you have to be? And he's like, oh my goodness, my high school dream can't. Like, fuck off, cunt. You went into Yu-Gi-Oh when you were a child. Like, stop pretending. Such a larper.
I've edited over 400 works, mostly about occult topics, and occasionally a little bit of other stuff. I've written dozens of works, mostly political, actually.
What if black magic is real and Styx's downfall is the blowback from using black magic? Well, that's the thing, is that black magic is a losing proposition. Chaos magic always corrupts and melts people. Like, this is like an established theme in all fantasy, basically. Even like normally slop like Star Wars. You know, like the Emperor is like so corrupted by the dark side of the Force or whatever. So it's a losing proposition to ever be using this power, even though it's all fake gay shit. I don't know, not very smart.
Other than my occult compilations and stuff like that. But now, I'm writing my own grimoire. I'm documenting
Black magic doesn't work? Well, black girl magic does. Okay.
Of my various magical experiments, ceremonies, there'll be herbalism, everything. It's going to be a bric-a-brac. But this one's not going to be for public consumption.
What the fuck's a
This particular book is for my daughter, actually. We are a cult royalty through blood.
And he also uses his chaos magic, bolstered by Stolas, to warp reality to his will, allowing him to not only control the weather, but also kill niggas.
I've been experimenting with chaos magic, and I believe that I've figured out how to actually utilize it properly. But
you gotta love this Trump Pence 2024 or whatever, make America great again. You gotta love him talking about controlling the weather with his black magic weather device, with all of this political stuff behind him. It's very funny.
Again, I'm just superstitious and delusional. If I were praying to your God, that would be totally normal. He would, he would have his ear out. What do you want?
It's fatigue
Like
magic.
that. Your God can save you from disease, save you in battle, save your soul, actually. But I'm incapable of doing anything myself. It's completely impossible. Yeah. When the Deputy Attorney General decides to off himself in his own office, again, total coincidence, even though it was within 2 hours of me landing in New Orleans the last time. These are coincidences.
Carl Warwick thinks that he's Light Yagami, and Stolas is his Ryuk. And
Styx thinks he's Light Yagami, but he's actually light backwards. Oh, sorry. He's actually Yagami backwards, okay? That's what he is.
there might be a little something to that chaos dark wizardry he keeps yapping about, because somehow he managed to beat his case.
All right, I'm so sorry for all of the people that dislike me. How sad. Case dismissed. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Yes, I went in for a jury draw today, actually.
Oh, by the way, like, speaking of Light Yagami, I went past, so I had some of my high school friends' parents came to Japan for a couple of weeks, and I met up with them in Kobe, which is where their cruise ship was. One person got in chat finally. And there was like a boys club. So you're walking through Kobe to go to a temple to have a quick look at their first taste of like Japaniness. And we walked past a host club, which is like cute boy club where women go and pay men to drink and talk to them. Crazy thing that only exists in Japan. But they actually had the Light Yagami cute boy as the highest earner in that club. Like unironic, it was just like full on like copyright infringement. It actually says Light Yagami, and he cosplaying as Light Yagami for that particular boys club.
Vermont case, pending legal action, and case just got dismissed out of hand, which is not a huge surprise, actually, because I did absolutely nothing wrong.
But that would be the end of Styx's devilish streak of good luck.
All right, the last chapter. Out on the lam. These are the updates.
It's become very obvious that Styx's mental health isn't in the right place anymore. One of the best examples of this, besides all the obvious stuff, is how he continues interacting with his harem of deranged side pieces who've brought him nothing but problems. He even goes into his own Kiwi Farms thread specifically to argue, neg, and flirt with them on occasion.
This is perhaps the most post. What is his profile picture? So it's like all of the religions, the rainbow colors. You've got the swastika in the middle there, and it's also got the McDonald's at the top saying, "I'm loving it." I don't know. Is this cringe or based? It's kind of funny. Like I think if this didn't have the McDonald's, I'm loving it at the top, it would be cringe. But I think that the McDonald's, I'm loving it at the top, pushes it far enough over the edge that makes it funny again. I actually kind of appreciate this.
Goes into his own Kiwi Farms thread specifically to argue, neg, and flirt with them on occasion. Styx is really a guy where sobriety and celibacy would do him a whole lot of good. But instead, he insists on involving himself with women he should be leaving alone. Like Sam, who he wasn't even supposed to be talking to because they had a no contact order.
I was going to ask you, what's been the worst part, I guess, about the whole thing?
The worst part about this whole thing, being apart from my girlfriend, because I'm not allowed to talk to her under court order.
He would also continue to pay Sam's rent even while she was actively litigating against him and wasn't even sleeping with him anymore. Sam! All that schmoozing he was doing didn't amount to anything because Sam would get Styx arrested again, this time on a negligent discharge charge.
Good morning, folks. I'm Officer Plagas from the Rollin Town Police Department. Can you come over and speak with me, please? Do you have any weapons on you, sir?
Yes, I have a machete.
Oh, you remember this? He's got like the weed whacking machete. It's not even like an actual pirate machete or a saber or something. It's just like a regular like backyard machete. He plays silly buggers with the cops. It is a classic. It's a great arrest footage.
Who did I assault? I'm sorry. Just dismissed his case yesterday. They just dismissed my case.
And Samantha Keister is the complainant?
I don't think that there is. Yes, please do report this. The evidence related to discharge.
Now, I know what some of you might be wondering. Mikey, can you really get arrested for negligent discharge with a gunpowder weapon? Yes, you actually can, believe it or not. But that wasn't why Styx was arrested. He was arrested for an older situation with a firearm from a year prior. Now, he wasn't pointing it at anyone and he didn't hit anybody, but somebody got in touch with the authorities and told them that Taro was up to no good. Sam was using a classic strategy bitter women in ghettos and trailer parks all across America were masters of, using the legal system to destroy a dude she was letting smash just a couple months ago. Styx is...
I can barely handle one woman. Who does this? He's just asking for it. Well, that's the thing, is like women are cringe enough as it is. I can't understand these people. I wanted to say the word so badly there. Where it's like, I need to have 5 side pieces in my life. It's like, okay. Seems like you just hate yourself if you want to deal with that much feminine energy.
Problems would hit their pinnacle in 2026. In February of this year, just a few months ago, Styx would get in another scuffle with a woman in his orbit, Nikki. Nikki is unstable woman in Tara Warwick's roster number 87 or whatever.
Is this the one that punched his teeth out and she was arrested wearing the Harry Potter pajamas?
Like the others, has terrible taste in men and makes poor decisions regarding her love life on the regular. In particular, she has a bad habit of doing that thing lesbians do where they move in with somebody the weekend after they started hooking up with them. Such was the case with Taro before this drama went down. They were shat up together at Styx's parents' house. She's the lady who's right there when Styx got arrested at his parents' house. Ironically, Styx's third encounter with 12 in less than 2 years would be from Nikki giving him that 1-2 and breaking his teeth.
I'm not the one who called, but I'm the one who needs to leave, and I'm the one who needs emergency services.
Okay.
I have nowhere to go. I've been living here with Taro Warwick. He's the one with domestic violence history.
You can see she's wearing a Styx Hexenhammer hoodie, by the way.
I did hit him because he threatened me. I batted him just because I'm so afraid and I have nowhere to go. I really need some help.
Okay.
Is she just trying to get the sympathy by crying? Like, sorry, tears rejected. Pussy pass denied.
Flat out decked me because she said that I woke her up, and then she just punched me in the fucking face.
Yep.
And tooth is probably gonna fall out at some point, and my nose was not doing so well.
Nikki had the exalted honor of being the only girlfriend of Styx to get arrested instead of Styx himself. Despite Nikki being out of the picture, things did not get better for Taro because he didn't show up to court. Styx, in a shamelessly desperate attempt to avoid facing the music, has also been lying about having seizures so he wouldn't have to appear in court. Instead, he sends Mama Hexenhammer to go in his place and tries to delay the inevitable consequences of his goofy actions. He just thought it was dumb and not worth his time. Well, the state didn't like that answer, so they put out warrants for his arrest. Styx Hexenhammer 666, as of me making this video, is literally a fugitive with a bounty on his head. So where is Styx now? Did he flee north to Canada, maybe to make a pirate hideout off of one of the coves of Newfoundland? Nah, he just headed down to New York to shack up with a new chick who's letting him hide out there, despite her also living with her parents. Hey, at least he finally found a motivation to get out of his parents' house. Ironically, he's more of a man.
Imagine being one of these parents. Are they just like completely checked out and like running out the clock or something? Why would you allow this? Like, I can understand like your kid becomes an adult that you no longer have as much authority over them as you used to have. But if they're living in your fucking house, it's your fucking rules.
Now than he ever was while staying with them.
All right, everyone. I wanted to talk about adulting and growing up, growing mature, and things like that. I refuse. I think it's a bad idea. I think that growing up sounds tedious. It sounds like a
Peter Pan alert.
Bad proposition. I'm not interested in being an adult. I'm not interested in being mature. Who would want to? God, it must be a fate.
Are you kidding? It's great living on your own and not having to listen to an authority figure like a parent, and you get to spend your money on whatever you want. What do you mean? It's like, I want to stay in my parents' bedroom and wait till dinner time. That's like, it's perverse. It's actually arrested development. Like, it's actual disease.
Worse than death. Jesus Christ.
And this is the current state, the ongoing arc of Tara Warwick as of me making this vid. A wanted outlaw who refuses to grow up and be a functional member of decent society, who's estranged from and unconcerned with his family overseas, whose teeth are jacked, who looks dirty, grimy, and dusty all of the time, who gets drunk every other night, and who's living off of a woman who's infatuated with his retarded swashbuckling antics. So he's like an actual genuine pirate now. If that's not chaos magic at work, I don't know what is. A lot of people will point out that the downfall of Styx Hexenhammer isn't the...
Like, for real, what is this fucking jar? Like, is it actually a cum jar, or is it like ashes of something or something like that?
Traditional one you witness from popular YouTubers. And yeah, it's definitely not your typical Wings of Redemption-esque downfall. It comes off as very Faustian. It's the story of a man who bargained with a dark deity who initially appeared benevolent, who gained money.
Toenails? Like, I could actually see this being toenails, because don't practitioners of black magic believe that if you have someone's teeth or toenails, you can cast spells on them or something? So it makes sense that they would collect them. I remember this being a theme in like the Discworld books, where the wizards, they have like a special bathroom where like there's a special little drain for their toenails so people can't cast any magic on them and stuff. Fantastic series, the Discworld books. It's Terry Pratchett.
Influence, stability in a family that he gradually all lost as the guardian spirit he made a pact with started leaving him on red and watched him wither away. Sounds kind of tragic. Until you watch a video of this dude dressed up as a pirate and telling you not to eat your vegetables, and then you just start laughing. What's funny is that Styx is still doing his job. He's still putting the political commentary videos in the bag. Maybe if he just stopped drinking, stop acting like a dirty sea dog, and get better taste in women, he could possibly recover over the next few years. Maybe even clean himself up and become a somewhat respectable dude again by the time his daughter reaches the age where she can fully recognize what a pathetic loser her dad is. Clutching that rail again is something that's up to him and nobody else. Except maybe Stolas. Ultimately, the moral of Tara Warwick's story is don't make deals with demons. Just
True.
a friendly PSA.
This is good advice. This is actually good advice. Don't make deals with the devil.
And what's been...
I sold my soul to the devil and it betrayed me. How could you do this, you rat? Yeah, like, okay.
The best part about it.
It's pretty fucking simple, right? Just don't make deals with the devil and don't sleep with succubuses, okay? Your soul is the most important thing you have.
There has been
getting sober. Though there is a good part. Getting sober. I had been a drinker for a very long time. I've been drinking for years. I haven't had a drink since I got out of jail. And so now I'm stone cold sober, and I'm very, very happy. If you are a drinker, fucking stop. Just stop. Cold turkey. Don't worry about it. Just stop.
Oh, look at this. I'm pretty sure this is a blue tongue lizard, right? Is it? Blue tongue lizard? Yeah, it's a blue. This is definitely a blue tongue lizard, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna have to do the lizard check on this, but I'm almost certain this is a blue tongue lizard. So, anyway, that's the Mikey No More Styx, Hex and Hammer documentary. Very good, but there's no updates on what Styx is actually doing right now. All right, chat. I think that's the end of the stream. Maybe I'll play out on some tax-free or something. I got to get back to work and do some shit today. But no Dino games today. But maybe in the next couple of days, we'll see. You know what I want to play is I want to play some Faster Than Light. That's a real Kino game. Maybe when we do the Jim Saturday watch party or something, which we'll play some Faster Than Light for a couple of rounds. That's a fun game. It's a skink. Well, blue tongue lizards are skinks, though, aren't they? Are they not? Just like kookaburras are giant kingfishers. But anyway, guys, I got to go. Is there anyone to stream raid? I don't see anyone on Kick or YouTube, so I guess it's just going to send you into the ether. If there's one thing to recommend you that you should watch, I'll post this in Discord in a second. But if you want to go watch something that's actually really, really cool, watch this. This video is by Blackwater. This is a fantastic video. It's called Colossal Squid Are Everywhere. We've been looking wrong. This is a really cool... It's the video where they use the red lights underwater and they find all the giant squid. And it's actually really fascinating. And like, it really tickles that deep sea exploration thing. I just want to show this one part of it where they turn off the lights immediately. And this woman, she came up with a red light camera and it has like a little light thing that looks like an underwater bioluminescence thing. And like within 30 seconds, they discover a giant squid that's never been seen before. It's like, she's just like, oh, let's just turn on this camera. And then like immediately this squid like comes to the thing. It's like so fucking cool. It has nothing to do with drama or sector stuff or anything. But like this video is just, I just think I'm just hype as fuck. It's so good. We got a 5 coming in from Exbergantius with it. It says, damn, I just got here. Cheers. All right, guys. Peace out. I'll link this in the stream chat and on Discord. Have a good day. And remember that every single super chat and Kick donation is and remains tax-free.
Did you hear me? It is tax-free. My Zannies, my hookers, my super chats too. Hit that button, cause every single super chat I got it tax-free. Tax-free. Take out your pill bottles, shake your pills, shake your pills, because it's gonna be tax-free. Tax-free, tax-free. Tell your wickers that we got it. Tax-free in my little tin shack. Cats flying in tornadoes. Gun flopping up and down. Let's get the guns out. Gun, 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 gun. Shake it around when it's tax-free. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. It's a tip, so it's tax-free. But wiggle. You best not fold the bullshit because these super chats, they all tax free. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yo, Faith, don't make me say it. Squeeze. Child support, Faith, it's tax free. Compass need, cause it's tax free. That's right, bitch. Now kiss my Gucci hat. I said kiss it. It's authentic, bitch. It's time to gun out. Shake your gun like you mean it. Whee! Wiggle, wiggle. Welcome to the kill street. This song. Wiggle, wiggle. What you mean I'm drunk? I'm sober, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Maybe one more. So take out your pill bottles and shake your pills, and wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle! Wiggle, wiggle! Wiggle, wiggle! Wiggle, wiggle! It's a tip, so it's tax-free. But wiggle.